Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Deckin Around. My name's Tyler,
I am Steve.
and today we are really excited to have an amazing guest on the show. We are going
All
to be
right.
having Kaitlyn Chen, aka Small Hand Things, on the show. But before we jump into it, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
And ring the bell.
There you go. So, Steve, I don't know about you, man, but I am really excited for this one. And I know, it's funny because I feel like most episodes now we're starting it out with like, we've been waiting so long for this guest because we've had so many guests booked in like March and April that now the time has finally come. And I'm like, yes, we can finally get to sit down and talk to Kaitlyn and just like have fun and talk about everything under the sun. So,
yeah, she literally was one of the people we booked way back. So we've been like literally waiting for 3.5 months till this day. So we're finally here.
It's going to be a really interesting one. So I am really excited for that. But before we even get into it too much, everyone just have a couple words from our sponsors here. First off, if you missed out on the Latin Quarters Playing Cards Kickstarter from Doc's Playing Cards, make sure to keep an eye out because Latin Quarter V2 with custom chips, a custom box set, and everything will be coming to Kickstarter soon. Definitely keep an eye out for that, and make sure to go check out Doc's Playing Cards on Instagram. And for our second sponsor, Marvelous Decks. Your imagination is about to burst wide open as playing cards come to life. We are Marvelous Decks. Marvelous Decks is trying to bring that childhood nostalgia to playing cards, that feeling when you captured fireflies in a jar on those summer nights as a kid, or when you were sitting outside and a butterfly flew by and you caught the shimmer off of their wings in the sun. That is Marvelous Cards. That being said, we're not
Stu's like, haha, when did the advertisement start? Stu, you've missed a few weeks. They've been going on for like 3 weeks now?
This is week 3 now, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I apologize for the fact that my camera quality is trash today. I have no idea why that's happening, but I'm assuming my internet's bad. So
as long as it's not mine, that's all that matters.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, over the course of the days, I'll be honest, I usually try and restart my computer before this because I feel like that helps my internet a little bit. But at this point, who knows? So let me see if I can close a few things and maybe that'll save us here. But before we jump into anything further, who's ready to see Kaitlyn Chen come on here?
I'm ready. Bring her
home. All right, let's do it. Without further ado, here is Small Hand Things.
Kaitlyn! Oh.
What's up, Kaitlyn?
Yay, Kaitlyn. Where is she?
Hey everyone! I heard we're here celebrating someone with really big hands. Take a look at that.
I have to say, we have all been deceived. Awesome. Are we sure this is Kaitlyn Chen?
No, it's not. Got some like. Yeah, I made sure to grow my hands out over the past week just to be able to do cardistry properly.
Oh my gosh.
So I was actually talking to Leslie the other day about your hands, which this sounds kind of weird, but I was showing her a picture with when you in one of your videos you actually were holding a deck of cards when you were doing like a pack a cut or something, and I was showing her pretty much the difference between where it was from me to you, and it just looked hilarious. Your stock of
yeah, that's oh wow, yeah, that really puts it in perspective. I think I have small hands and like
I'll put it into perspective with the mini deck.
Yeah, that's like
that's actually what it should look like.
that blows my mind because again, like I think it's funny. I think the first time with cardistry that I really came up to the point where I was like, man, I think my hands are too small for this was like 3 days before I found your account, and then I immediately was like, all right, can't use that excuse anymore. So it motivated me to learn how to do like at least Charlier cuts so I could go and say I could do one thing. But like, I think it's hilarious that, there's so many people who stumble across your account and see it as, okay, this girl with small hands doing cool stuff. But I also think it's so inspirational, obviously, and how many people do you get on a regular basis just kind of reaching out and being like, hey, how many, how do you, sorry, I got distracted by a comment there. But hey, how do you do certain moves and things like that? Do people actually like ask you all the time, like, how do you not compensating, but how do you deal with having smaller hands when you're trying to do a lot of these moves that require dexterity and spread?
Yeah, I actually get quite a few comments every day. It's sometimes from like the same people, and then sometimes they'll be like new people, and they'll be like, hey, like, how do you do like this move? I've seen that you've posted it a lot. Like, let's say squeeze, for example. And then I'll give them like some tips. The most I can really say is like you have to work on like stretching your fingers. And there's always a way around it. But then sometimes I'll get a message like, oh my gosh, you're so inspirational. Stuff like that. And I'll be like, wow, I motivated someone to keep doing cardistry.
You'd be surprised of how many people you motivate. Seriously, I hear it all the time.
No, and I absolutely agree. I think, the interesting thing about it is cardistry, and I think Magic in general, any sort of like playing card dexterous activity is frustrating. It's one of those things that I think people pick up and give up on pretty quickly sometimes. And I think, coming across an account like yours, they see it and they say, okay, it isn't that like my fingers are not good enough for this. Like they just need to keep working past it. And, that's an awesome thing. I think, and I think the fact that you are, open and own the fact that, hey, I have small hands and look what I can do really adds to it too, because you're upfront about it. You tell people like you don't have an excuse to say your hands are too small for this. So that being said, yeah. So onto something else completely different there from you having small hands for a minute. How have you been doing with this whole pandemic going on?
See, I don't think my life honestly has changed much because I'm just inside all the time, regardless of whether or not I have to be. It's just, I guess with the restriction that I have to be inside, I'll be like, no, I don't want to.
Okay. I mean, I think that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Are you normally a introvert or?
I think it really depends on like the crowd.
Yeah.
Like who I'm with. Because if it's like people who are already like very extroverted, then I'll be like, I'm gonna be quiet and like if they're already like doing everything they can to like make them like the life of the party, then I'll stay more quiet. But it also depends, because if they're all like excited and they hype me up, then maybe I'll be like, hey. If everyone's quiet, then maybe I'll try to hype them up, or either that or I'll stay quiet too. It really depends on like the people that I'm with.
Right. That makes sense.
So
Troy
Troy
says we love a relatable queen.
And so you're in like university, right, or college?
Yeah, I'm going into the third year.
Okay, so how has that impacted you with the whole pandemic and everything? Are you going to be at home for this upcoming semester, or are you going back to school, or?
Yeah, I'm going to be at home. So far, my university said that classes are all online. So we'll see how that's going. We had to do it like the end of last year. I had to do it online. It was kind of interesting because I think only 2 of my professors actually tried to teach us. The rest was like, here, this is what you have to learn it yourself. I'm like, oh, okay. So it didn't really change that much, I guess, because I didn't really go to class anyways. But
this is live and on the internet forever, right? Someone's gonna see this. Oh man, that's so.
Like, I don't care.
Yeah, and that's fine. What are you studying? What are you studying in school?
Biomedical science.
Oh damn! All right. So is that part of where the inspiration for Flatline came into play?
No, not really, because I had nothing to do with like the design work of the deck. Troy designed everything, and then like the only thing I really kind of impacted was like the pips, because I wrote it out and then Troy just traced over it.
Okay.
Nice.
Very cool.
Troy's hands.
Yes, Troy's. Yes. Troy Shans.
Troy Shans.
Who's in the chat right now.
Yes.
I did get we mentioned this earlier. I did get the pleasure to sit in on a live with you yesterday while you were also on, I'm assuming like a Skype or a Zoom call with Troy on your laptop. So not even within the live, but you could hear Troy talking through the computer into the phone. It was an interesting experience to say the least.
It's kind of like when I was doing my live the other day and someone came on and they asked if I do shout outs. And I had no idea who that person was. So I'm like, I do shout outs if I know you or if you like, have posted or something. But then I just started doing shout outs in the live. and I went to Troy. Actually, I went to Kaitlyn first and, said, hey, this is Kaitlyn, shout out. And then I went to Troy and he had his video on, like, it was Zoom or something with her. So like it was her again.
You were like, wait, what?
Oh my God.
I was like, huh?
Wherever.
So how many hours a day do you spend on Zoom with Troy?
So it really depends. We talk on Discord. And
Jeez.
honestly, it used to be just to talk about the deck and like how things are going, and then just like talking about like how we feel, because mental health is important. But
Absolutely.
then it kind of just turned it into like us just sitting there and like just joking around, and then I'll always be like, should I do a live stream right now? And then I guess this just turned into a thing where he'll be like in the background like shouting or like singing to people, because he ended up like serenading like my entire like live stream, going like whoever backed too, he'd be like, this song's for you, and like dedicating it to people.
That's awesome. I haven't witnessed that yet. We'll have to make that happen.
I feel like these live streams are pretty common, so we'll have to tune in more often.
Yeah, we'll have to do a crash. We'll have to crash an episode. Now you said you guys talk about mental health, and I feel like that's something that isn't really talked about a lot in this community. If you can explain, first of all, how mental health has, something to do with the deck, and then just go a little bit more into, kind of mental health in this community. There are definitely people that we know, that have literally, left Instagram because it's toxic and different things like that. People that were really, really good for the community, it was just too much and they just literally, walked out. So tell us a little bit about that.
In terms of with the deck, I don't think Troy had any intention of like making it all about mental health. That was more so like on my end. And I think he can agree with me on this, but like the design is very open to interpretation of like whoever's looking at it, as like most art is anyways.
Right.
Specifically like with this design, for me at least, I used to just tell people, because I'm in like science. I never wanted to get into it because I didn't think anyone wanted to hear. But then in the post that I made, I literally sat down, had the picture ready to post, and I started writing. I didn't even know what I was going to say. And that's why it was like just me rambling on. And I decided I'll just like share it and put it out there and see what happens. And to me, it was like, it reminded me of this quote where it said, I wish my life was like a flat line, because there were already enough highs and lows. So it was like always having that constant, you don't want to like feel down all the time and then like have your expectations brought back up and then just to be lowered again. So that resonated with me, even though like, flatlining typically means like, death. But I personally interpreted it like completely different.
Yeah, I think that's the cool thing about it. Like you said, artwork, but especially when, when people who struggle with mental health see different things like that. I've seen other cardists that you've actually shared with me that, come up with actual moves that portray their struggle with anxiety or panic disorder, or, whatever they're struggling with. So I think there's a lot of outlet within the community, but maybe we might not know about it. So I think it's really cool that, you kind of talked about it within what the deck means to you. I know there are a few others that have come out with decks based around that with a story. So I think it's, it's obviously a huge topic that we could probably go on for days about. What do you think? What do you think, or how do you think we can get more people talking about it, just to kind of reduce that stigma, I think, that's around mental health?
I think the biggest thing is just sharing your experiences. Obviously, like to the like your limit of what you're capable, like what you're willing to share.
Right.
Because I noticed that as soon as I posted that, like I wasn't sure whether or not like the feedback would be good or bad because it's like,
Right.
you know, a lot of people have their own like interpretation of things.
Mm-hmm.
But the feedback I got was very like positive and everyone was like supporting me. Like I got a lot of DMs too, like telling me that, oh, I can always go to them as well. And then some people even like open themselves up to me. And I think that's where we should start, especially because you don't know who looks up to you in that
Yeah.
sense. Because a lot of
Totally
people
true.
like I didn't realize how much of an impact that actually had until like the day after, like 2 days after, when I really like read into the comments that I got and like the messages that I got back.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think whether cardistry, magic, or whatever, can really alleviate a lot of that anxiety, depression, like different things like that. I mean, in any community, whether it's rock climbing, you know, a martial art, or whatever anybody's into. But I think it definitely helps soothe those emotions, I guess is the best word to describe it. It doesn't take them away, but it helps alleviate some of that stuff.
Healthy outlet to kind of get you feeling better in a way, I think.
Yeah,
And a lot
yeah.
too probably relates to the not only the reactions you get, but the focus you put into it and the kind of, you know, chemical reactions that happen when you know, perform a cut that you've been working on for so long and it succeeds and you get that feeling of elation, and it kind of helps, I think, alleviate a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think one of the cool things is whenever we can relate to something, we're going to talk about it more, right? We're going to get more like response. So I think it's kind of like if one person talks about it, it'll trickle down and other people will realize it's okay to talk about. It's okay to go to this person about it. So I think that's really important and really noble of you to, you know, bring those feelings out and let people know that, you know, if you are struggling, you know, like we have people that we care about in this community that have struggled with mental health. So I definitely, I would love to like continue doing that. You know, obviously we don't want to go too much into it, but I definitely think it would be great for us as a community to continue to be there for other people who are struggling with mental health, be more of a, what's the word? More of a, yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, good call. Yeah, and I think the best way to do that is to, you know, try to battle that stigma and be vulnerable with each other. You know,
Absolutely,
Exactly.
You know, I think a lot of times too, for people who maybe want to help but don't know, you know, what experiences people are going through, the best thing you can do there too is, you know, just be there to listen. You know, you may not be, and I think that's something, you know, just in general, people are always unsure how to kind of broach those subjects. The best things I think you can do are be open to listening, let someone know you're there, and when they actually need you to listen or be there, be there. You know, just because you don't know what they've gone through, you can be open about that too. Be, you know, tell them, I honestly have no idea what you're going through, but if there's anything I can do to help, even if it's just listen, I'm here. You know, that support for someone really allows them to understand that you're not, you know, it's not about you solving a problem for someone or you trying to understand what they're going through. It's for them to be able to talk to someone and, you know, feel like they're being, you know, understood, or, you know, at least have someone who cares.
Yeah. I think the crazy thing is we don't know, we don't comprehend what a simple hello, what a simple how is your day, like how is your day actually, not like, oh, what's up, how's your day, oh cool, yeah, cool, that's cool.
Absolutely.
Like actually asking people, and you can literally save someone's life just by responding to a message. You know, someone could be in a really bad spot and just not doing well, and you just messaging them back after you just read something, you know, that might not be what you want to respond to. You know, you might be really saving someone's life. And we just have to keep that in mind, that we don't always want to respond to everybody, you know, especially for people that are getting a lot of messages. But sometimes, you know, all it takes is a couple seconds to write back, you know, keep your head up. Or, you know, you don't have to have a dialogue with everybody, but it doesn't hurt to just send some confidence back to people, you know. Like
Yes.
I did that post the other day about mental health, asking about you know, what people struggle with, and I've gotten since I've been in the community, I have yet to get something as many responses as I got from that post. You know, and I probably got 25, 30 responses, and that's a lot for me. And it just tells me that there's a lot of people struggling out there that I'm talking about it. So hopefully, you know, as I reach out, we build this, you know, maybe we build this really cool community within our community that, you know, is kind of a support system that we all know we can go to each other if it's ever needed, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I think everyone just has their own stuff that they're dealing with, like their own weight that they're carrying. So all they really need to know is that someone is there. And even if you don't understand what someone else is going through, it's sometimes better just to say that you don't know what they're going through rather than like telling them, oh, I get it, I've been there before. Because like every single person has dealt with their own thing. They might be similar types of feelings, but they're never the exact same situation. So yeah, they just need someone to talk to and really just let all of their feelings out too.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think, you know, that's part of what being a community, you know, a healthy community is being there to support people in whatever way they need. And, you know, whether that's, and, you know, kind of to pivot this a little bit, you know, just speaking about community, whether that be mental health, being there to listen for people, but also supporting people when they're going through things emotionally as well. You know, I know there's several members in the community right now who have family members who are not doing too well. There's fundraisers out there, you know, being willing to help out when you can for people in need who you call friends. I mean, that's part of building a community and being there for each other. Even if you don't necessarily have money to donate to a fundraiser, being there in a supportive way and saying, you know, if there's anything I can do to help, let me know. That I think that sentiment in itself goes a long way in many situations, more so than people are always understanding of.
Yeah.
Oh, totally agree.
Yeah. Wow, this got deep really quick here.
Hey, you know what? I am very sorry for diving in. I could literally talk about this for days, and I just think it's really important. You know, I've seen some really, really cool, talented people be driven out of the community because it is very negative and toxic, very, very often. So, you know, hopefully, you know, we can just create more of that support group within this community and create a positive side for those people who do struggle more than others.
Yeah. Someone said, and showers really help me. That's true. Sometimes just like, you know,
that's Ramon. That's Ramon who's always in the shower when we're on the show.
I think Ramon. I think the shower is Ramon's like getaway for everything.
I also just wonder if at this point Ramon lives in the shower. Like last night on Kaitlyn on your live, he was like, "I need to get in the shower." I'm like, "How often do you shower a day?" Like 9 times a day here. But I love it. Absolutely love it. And listen, I think that's also part of being a community, though. I'm so glad that Ramon feels comfortable enough to share when he's, you know, hopping in the shower and listening to Deckin Around.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So Kaitlyn, I guess one of the questions I have, since we really did just kind of jump into it here and kind of getting back to the beginning of it a little, how did you get into playing cards and cardistry?
It's a really long story, but I started. So I was at this like family gathering that I really didn't want to be at. But there were like
I've had those
there, and I'm pretty sure I was like, in terms of age, I was like in the middle because there were people like in their teens and there were people like 5 years old, and I was like probably like 8. I would say 7 or 8, somewhere around there. And so like we were all stuck in the basement. All the kids were stuck in the basement. So then the parents can like gossip upstairs. I don't know. So I like every 5 minutes or like 10 minutes, I would walk upstairs and be like, "Mom, I want to go home. Mom, I want to go home." And then I think after like the 5th time I asked, she like found a deck of cards. She's like, "Just take this and play cards with them." So I brought it down. I'm like, "Does anyone want to play a game with me? Like, I don't know how to play, but you can teach me." And they all just like ignored me. So I'm like, "Oh, okay. So then I went back upstairs. I told my mom, I'm like, no one wants to play with me. So she's like, okay, fine, just play with my phone. So I took her phone, and then I still had the deck of cards with me. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just teach myself how to play. So I just Googled like, what can you do with cards or something like that, and I found a really easy like magic trick, which is like when you have someone pick a card, they put it back in, and then like you do something behind your back, and then their card ends up being flipped over. So I'm
Okay.
like, oh, this is so cool. And I started performing to the people there. I was really bad, so I'm pretty sure they were pretending like I fooled them, because I'm pretty sure I like flashed like 4 times in that performance. But anyways, that's how I got into magic. Like I started magic at a really young age. I was 8, so that's when I started. And then as soon as I got home, I was like, do we have a deck of cards at home? So my mom pulled out this like really ratchet looking like casino deck, where it was like the middle of the deck had a hole punched through it and the corner was cut off.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's
wow, this is such a nice deck. Why is it like cut? I don't understand. But I'm like, okay, I'll use it. So that day, that was literally the day I got home, or the day after. And I learned the spring that day.
Nice.
That was I don't know how I managed to do it, because like 8-year-old me probably still had the same hand size, but like I never like, held cards before, so me getting used to like my hand size at that age. So I learned the spring, and then I guess ever since then I was just like very obsessed with just manipulating cards. It wasn't so much like cardistry, but it was like getting into it, just like the handling, like making sure like handling cards looked good. And that's why when I was like performing magic, I was obsessed with making it look really smooth and clean. So it was all about how I handled the cards. And from then I was obsessed with magic. I learned every single trick I could find for free on YouTube, because I was like 8. I couldn't afford anything. And then fast forward to high school, I found like a Fontaine video or something, and I became obsessed. I was like, whoa, that's so cool. I want to be able to do that. Nice. So I begged my parents like day and night for a deck of blue Fontaines. I don't think they wanted to buy it for me, but they just wanted to get me like off of their back.
They wanted you to shut up.
They paid $30 for a deck just to get me out of their room.
There you go.
I was like 14, I think. So I bought that deck. I never opened it. I just kept it sealed. Don't know why I begged for it at that point.
Do you still have it?
I do actually. It's somewhere in like my drawers, but I still
have it.
Is it
open yet?
No, it's still sealed. To this day, it's still sealed.
Are you talking about the Slate edition?
No, it's the blue one.
The light blue. The light blue.
The third version of it. No, the second version. So it was like after red.
Gotcha.
And so, after then, I started learning cardistry with my very beaten up bicycle deck. And then that's when I met like one of my closest high school friends. And he introduced me to Illusionist. So I bought like, I think a brick and a half of cards off of there. Me, a 14-year-old with no job, no idea how I afforded that, but I did.
A lot of dusting.
Yeah. So as soon as I got that, I started learning cardistry, and then I think at the same time I bought like 2 bricks of tally-ho. So I really don't know where the money came from. Like, genuinely have no idea how I could afford that, because I don't think I can afford that now. But yeah, so I started learning cardistry then, and I would say consistently I've been doing cardistry for 4 years now.
Nice.
And it basically started because I was bothering my parents.
So you're always bad with your money.
So you're always bad.
Yeah. Thanks, Troy.
Troy, once this thing funds, she's going to be bad with your money too. But so after that poor taste joke there, in case anyone isn't aware, Kaitlyn has a deck currently live on Kickstarter with Troy and Caleb. The company is called Aspire Cards, or Aspire Playing Cards. The deck is the Flatline Playing Cards. If you haven't checked it out on Kickstarter, you definitely should. It's only a couple $100 away from funding right now, correct?
I think like a little less than $400 away.
Right. Guys, let me show the deck. Hold on. Oh, forget it. I can't. I don't have one.
I have a card upstairs somewhere. So that being said, if you haven't checked it out,
I want to go. So check out. Tyler has dope Photoshop skills now. Everybody,
don't share the secret, Steve.
I won't. I'm just gonna say Tyler has dope Photoshop skills. Everyone.
Oh my god,
crushing it, Tyler, crushing it.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Tyler just likes that he has an ad card.
I do have an ad card, so I'm actually going to be posting a photo of it probably tomorrow in my story, so keep an eye out. But if you haven't checked out the deck yet, I highly recommend it. I think it's actually one of the only decks I've seen in a while that has non-traditional styled courts that I absolutely love. I think they're so like whimsical and fun. So Troy, don't let your head get too big out there, but they did a phenomenal job with the courts. They look awesome, man. I love the playful feel of them, and I think they really they work so well with the deck. And I think, Steve and I have discussed this a lot in the past. It's very hard to pull off non-traditional courts that deviate so far from the standard kind of vibe to it. Even with really fully custom courts, they still have that, central figure, full body or two-way and very, person looking. I think yours are very fun in the sense that they're like a geometric shape with like a head on it. They almost remind me of like a little bit of a like snowman or something like that, So they're awesomely done. If you haven't checked out the deck, go do it. We'd love to see the deck funded before the show ends tonight. That would be exciting.
Oh, that would be I would freak out. You would like literally see me freak out and shake. Like my hand would be like this during like the live stream if that happens.
So there you go, guys. If we can make that happen, Kaitlyn will freak out.
I'm gonna open it up right now. Let's see what
Troy's
we got here.
ego right now is like bloated because you just like, I don't know, hyped him up so much.
Well, that's good. He deserves it. He'd made a beautiful deck. So I'm guessing with the creation of Aspire playing cards, not just, going with Flatline playing cards, you guys have aspirations for other decks as well.
Get it? You said aspirations.
We definitely have to see how this project goes first. Just because it is a lot of work, and honestly, all of us can confirm that it's just been so stressful. Like, we didn't realize how stressful it would be, especially with the timing of the release. Because, I mean, you did a whole Kickstarter segment on it, and you had, like, so many decks just that 1 week, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
You guys want to know a little inside story on that?
Yeah, let's hear.
I'm scared of what the inside story is.
Tyler and I shot, like, a hour and a half Kickstarter recap. And the audio didn't work, so we had to do it all over again.
That was literally the worst night ever.
It was literally 16 decks. It was the long one.
And it was the 14. It was the 14. The 16.
The 14. The 14 one. And literally, we went an hour and a half. We were all done. I went into the other room and I went to eat. And Tyler's like, "You're gonna kill me." I'm like, "What happened?" The audio didn't work. I'm like, what time is it? Motherfucker. Like, I was like, God damn. Anyway,
it was brutal. That's happened in the past too, but it was like for like a 4-minute deck spec with
yeah.
So if you look at that episode, we managed to get through it, I think, in like 57 minutes after that, and you can tell there's a little bit of a quickness to it because it was our second time running through. And on some of them, Steve's like, "Oh man, I already saw this deck once. I like it that next." I'm like,
and Tyler loves to talk throughout all of them, so I'm like, dude, just go through it, man. Go through it.
So yeah, that we now double check the audio every single time. That was brutal. So, but yeah, I mean, you launched at a time where, and I said to Steve, and I think I said it throughout a lot of the shows, we over the course of a month had something like 52 new decks drop.
Yeah.
Which is insane. Like, even when I first got into this community, which isn't that long ago, 8-ish months ago, you were seeing maybe 4 in a normal week and maybe like 6 or 7 in a heavy week. When we started doing the show, 6 or 7 was a lot. Now you see 16 on, it's ridiculous. And hopefully that slows down a little bit, because I think, from your perspective, especially launching at that time, there's so many decks out there. People are really much more discerning with what they're going to back because they can't afford to back everything, even if they wanted to.
Yeah. We were in a call. So Troy, Caleb, and I, we were all in a call as like right before we launched. I think we were like an hour or so ahead of like before our launch. We were in a call and we were figuring out, oh, we're gonna have like a launch party. It wasn't as big as you thought it would be. It was just us pressing the button together, or like seeing Troy press the button. But leading up to it, Troy was like, "Oh my gosh, there's this deck that's out now, and there's this deck that was released, and then like this one." And I'm like, Troy, that's not even all the decks that are releasing this month. So then like, I think I've never seen this many releases since CardistryCon, but like that's to be expected at CardistryCon at least. Like now it's like, where is this coming from? Where did these decks come from? Like some of them released and I didn't even know that they existed before like they released. They just like came out. So like even though we premeditated like the date and we were like we determined and set the date for August 1st, I feel like that still had an impact on who actually bought the deck, because they had to be very strategic with, oh, I want this deck more, or I can't afford this right now, so I'm not going to buy it right now.
Yeah,
absolutely. So and I think, the idea of where it's coming from, I think, and this is speculation, but I'm sure a lot of it is people who always were kind of like, oh, I'd love to create a deck. And then all of a sudden they're home for 3 months on end with nothing else to do because work's halted or things like that. And they're just like, I got the time. There's only so much, like a Switch you can play or PS4 you can play. Like, might as well get into designing a deck. And you see these coming out. And, I think first off, I think it's awesome. But like, I think also a lot of people don't realize, when you're coming to the table of Kickstarter, there's a lot of consideration into it, and timing is one of them. And I think a lot of these people who kind of just jumped on it because they had the opportunity didn't take that into consideration. We see it when we look at it every week. They don't take shipping into consideration. They don't always take price point into consideration. And so it manifests, and it makes it tougher on you for all those things, because even if someone else doesn't back that deck, you kind of get lost in the shuffle a little bit. I think there's very few people who regularly go through every single deck on Kickstarter because there's a ton of them. So,
I don't know how you two do it.
Well, we ignore anything that looks like a game. We ignore anything that looks like a tarot deck. If we like, and we've like talked about in the past,
unless we like it.
Unless it's like a really cool looking deck. I mean, there was one that Steve and I talked about. I think it's live now, or it was live a couple weeks ago, and it was off air, and I was just like, dude, this is like a really cool deck. I wish it wasn't a game. I wish they would design a playing card deck because I would love the style. And it was like fantasy oriented, similar to Tournament of Mythic Kingdoms that's out now, but completely different. It was for a card game. And it's like, there's just so many decks. Like if we see 16 new playing card decks come out, there's 45 decks coming out that week, whether they're card games, tarot decks. Tarot decks probably double, if not triple, playing card decks every single week. And they, shockingly, a ton of them fund all the time. Yeah. So, yeah, it's crazy to see how Kickstarter is going. But like you kind of said too, it's been a stressful time for you. How much were you prepared to be stressed based on this, and how much has kind of caught you by surprise?
Oh man, okay. So Troy was responsible for the whole like design part. I was more so responsible with dealing with the sponsors that we had and I guess more so the marketing side of it. Same with Caleb. And then I was also responsible for like the cost of everything, because out of the three of us, even though none of us are good at math, I am slightly above them like this, so I have to do it, or I guess like they trusted me more with it than themselves. I'm not sure,
or they know that math is just sucks and they're like, let's give that to Kaitlyn.
So in terms of the cost of everything, I guess I'll make this like live stream exclusive to whoever's actually watching. We initially wanted to print more decks than we planned to right now. But that would have cost like, I think $8,000. Mm-hmm. And then strategically we decided to print 500 less than that. And then even then it was like still like 6,000 or something like that. So then we decided to lower all the way to 1,000 decks. Which is why our goal is a little bit lower. It's 5,500. And then we also have to keep in mind like shipping and everything, and even then all of that is still pretty estimated because we don't know who's buying the deck, like where it's going.
Right.
So for me, the stress was all, oh my gosh, if I calculated this wrong, we would have to pay out of our pocket to have these decks shipped out.
Yeah.
And if the Kickstarter fee ends up being like, like impacting the price a lot of like how much we actually get to print the decks, then same thing. So I didn't expect to be this stressed, to be honest. I didn't I thought that when Troy asked me to like be a part of this, it was more so just to market for them and like do all of this stuff. Then I did a lot more calculating and reaching out to people and like figuring out half bricks and stuff. And so I was like, oh my gosh. And then by the time the Kickstarter actually started, we had a great like first few days, and then we had like a plateau. There's like a graph on Kickstarter that shows us at least like how the project's going, and we had like a plateau that was like just a straight line.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, how is this gonna work? What are we gonna do? Like, how are we gonna get more sales? And I was just like panicking on the inside. And outside, I was just like, oh my gosh.
There's definitely that graph. It's the same for every campaign, unless you're just like a banger campaign. But for the most part, it's like the first up to the first 5 days is when you're gonna see your most growth. Probably over the first 3 days, but first 5 days, 7 if you're lucky. After that, if you don't have an add-on, or if people aren't expecting add-ons, it's definitely gonna plateau and maybe go up and down a little bit. I mean, people might drop off or add, but you always want to have something in your pocket towards the end just to kind of get a little more momentum. But yeah, if it's all about pushing, right?
Yeah. So we all reached out to people like, hey, just so you know, like we never really asked people to buy, but we kind of just told them that the Kickstarter was out just in case they didn't see, because it's really easy to just skip stories. And a lot of people try to stay off Instagram recently, at least from what I've noticed, because just going back to the topic of mental health, they don't want to stay on social media for too long.
Yeah.
But recently the sales have been a lot better, maybe because Troy is singing to every backer when the backer like sings to them.
So the next campaign is a CD of Troy singing. Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, hey, maybe we can do that. If we reach the goal by tonight, maybe Troy will record a full cover of Under the Sea.
Well, okay.
He'll release it to the backers.
I would love that. I would love that.
You know what he could do? You guys, you can just, how many backers you guys have?
Troy, how many backers do we have? Let's see. Let's check. 121 right now.
You know what you could do as an add-on? not an add-on, but like as a whatchamacallit, as a goal. When you hit your goal, have Troy, he has to write a song for every backer.
Like include everyone's name on there.
Yeah, you could just write a song about everybody.
Oh my gosh, Troy, you should do that. I would help you, but I think you got this. Also, I'm gonna shout out John real quick because he upgraded or increased his pledge. So shout out to you, John.
Nice. Jonathan?
Yeah.
Nice. Half-Life? Is it Half-Life or
Final Life?
Final Life. Half-Life, Final Life, they're both games. They're both game related. That's awesome.
So, well, no, I was just going to say, based on kind of where you weren't expecting, and to something Steve said actually even earlier, where Steve said, unless it's like a banger campaign, everyone kind of plateaus. I even think those bangers go through their first like 5 or 6 days. Their plateau may be shorter or have slighter growth, but everyone hits that like kind of flat phase where you really have to grind to get it. And I think, that's one of the things that a lot of people I think don't realize with Kickstarter is, even if you hit your goal in the first hour, like game's not over. Like even with your deck funds, game's still not over. You have months of obligations now on top of it. Not to bum you out, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, sorry to dump more stress on this. But yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the things that a lot of people don't realize is Kickstarter not only has a lot of moving parts and a lot of considerations to it, but it also has considerations that you're estimating. Like one of the
Mhm.
biggest complaints I've heard from a bunch of people who've done Kickstarter is with shipping, you have two options. You have the United States and everywhere else.
Yeah.
Well, that's not really great because the rest of the world could have tons of different shipping rates. Like,
Yeah.
I've
Not
never
could,
really
they do.
well, yeah, they do. I mean, and granted, you may have some that have similar shipping rates, but I always think it's like crazy to see that they don't really account for that. And I think, one of the things that I've said before is at the end of the day, like Kickstarter is not helping you out. I mean, it's giving you the platform to do what you need to do, but Kickstarter's not advertising you. Kickstarter's not supporting you. Kickstarter is not telling you how to do stuff. You're getting all this together yourself and running with it yourself. And I think a lot of people don't realize that it's a lot of self-motivated action, because if you don't have the drive, you may have the idea, you may even put the deck together and be ready to go. But if you don't have the drive to continue your Kickstarter and push through, you're probably going to end up either completing it or funding and having a deck and just being like, oh crap, what now? Or you're not going to hit the stride because halfway through you burn yourself out and you're just like, all right, yeah, this wasn't a great idea. And I think that's something
we see it all the time. We see it all the time with decks. They post their deck and they're pushing for like a week or so, which isn't enough, but they're pushing for a week. And then they just see after the first 4 or 5 days that it kind of like doesn't really go anywhere. And then they're just like, it's not going to fund. I'm just going to stop promoting it. Where, you take people like, let's take Aaron Pinto as a perfect example, his deck came out, did really well in the first couple days, and he didn't stop pushing, and he pushed and pushed and pushed, and he got it funded, which is awesome. And his deck is it's a very specific deck too. So the fact that he was able to get that funded just shows you that a lot of work needs to be put in from start to finish and beyond that.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, Stu. Shout out to you. You increased your pledge too. I just saw it on my phone. It popped up.
All right. So while we're doing Stu's shout out, let's do our little sniff for Stu.
I think that's a perfect idea.
Should I do the deck that I'm giving away, and then I can sign it to whoever wins.
That makes it even more special. So whoever
listens your deck, whoever's
winning this. I will also say for everyone who isn't aware, we're doing a giveaway at the end of the show. We are basically, the contest was you had to go out and create a meme of Kaitlyn. That was it. If you have not done it yet, you have until the end of this show to DM me.
No, email it.
Yeah, email
it. DM?
Email it to decktotheface@gmail.com. I'll drop it in the chat. decktotheface@gmail.com.
Jonathan, we got it. Jonathan.
You got it, man. You're good there. If anyone else wants to get an entry in, now is your time. We will leave it open until the end of the show. So if you want to win this amazingly awesome, what is it? 1 of 6, 1 of 8?
15.
15, is that what it is?
I think there's 30 in general, but specifically with this stock and finish, I think there's only 15 or 16.
All right, so this is 1 of 15. If you get your meme in, you have a chance to win this deck. I still don't know how we're fully going to do the selection choice. There's 2 options. We could either say whatever makes us laugh the most, or whatever makes everyone laugh the most, and everyone in the chat gets to vote.
I have an idea. I have an idea. I say us 3 pick out our favorite, and then whatever 3 we pick out, they get to vote on which one they think should win.
Okay, so we'll go to a final round to okay, I think that makes sense. So
all right, you ready? I'm gonna smell myself. That oh no. I just gave you a meme.
What up, Katie? Katie's in the house.
Hey, Katie, you came at a great time.
Jonathan says he smells himself all the time.
I'll tell you right now, too.
Ramon does too. That's why he's always in the shower.
Kaitlyn, the one thing to remember is that everyone who's been a guest on this show, other than like 2, has sniffed a deck. So you are in good company here. Go for it.
All right, ready? This is
Yeah.
for you, Stu. Shout out to you. Thanks for upping your pledge.
Beef
Oh my
stew.
gosh. I smell great.
That was like a solid like ASMR sniff there too. Like,
Oh yeah, 'cause I got the professional mic. So here, let's get that again. Ready? Wow. This is getting really weird.
I'm really excited too, because if you're not aware, this show at the end, I'll actually pull the audio and we upload this as a podcast every Sunday morning. So there will be a podcast where no one will see that, but they will hear it.
All you'll hear is me going, wow, the smell of cards. It's like nothing like it. Just all these chemicals on pieces of paper.
Yep.
It's definitely a one-of-a-kind experience, I think.
And for those of you who don't know what these look like, where have you been?
Yes.
Deck of cards right here.
Show everybody.
Oh, here, I'll use the ones that I've opened so I don't get like my hand sweat all over there.
No. I think you should handle the other ones and get your tiny hands on the deck.
Oh, you want the presents, my tiny hands.
Yes.
Wait,
that way whoever gets them will get
hang on. We just hit our Kickstarter. Oh my gosh.
Congratulations.
Yeah. That was
awesome.
that was literally 4.
No. Wait, you're joking, right? I got an email saying that we did, but like, are we?
Did you see how much? Did you see by how much?
Wait,
look at how much.
It's gold. Wait, but is someone joking or is someone actually like?
Wait a minute.
Wait, Ramon's like playing around with it. Come on, Ramon.
Ramon, you're killing us here, man. You're killing us.
Troy's like texting me stuff. Never
Somebody
mind.
totally.
But I did freak out for a second. You'll see an actual reaction later. Sorry, headphone users.
No. Hold on. So here's the thing. It says that it's funded, but do you know how much by?
It's not funded anymore.
Not anymore. But it was. Did you see by how much?
Yeah, Ramon probably put a max amount through.
Probably just enough to put it to the. That was not uwu of you. Try. Wait, it's not funded. It was for a bit, so I celebrated that.
All right. So that being said, we now have to get this over the line on this show.
Yes.
This is now a. We can't hear you, Steve.
Let's give him a little voiceover. Hi, I'm Steve. My name is Steve. I have luscious hair.
Luscious locks. I'm glad we both went for the hair. No, we still can't hear you. Wait.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm super delayed on your visual now, but that's fine.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna check out, check back in. Give me a sec.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
All right, I won't do it. Is it okay?
Yeah, it'll sync up. You'll be fine.
Anyway, so did you see how much it was over the goal?
It didn't show. I think.
I saw it. It was $10,000. The goal. It was 5,000 over.
Yeah, that's because that's the maximum pledge you can put into a Kickstarter. So.
Wait, I want to screenshot the fact that Ramon pledged $5,000 right now.
So good.
There you go. No, Kyle, you did not miss the question yet. There you go. Pledge 5,000. That's funny. That's funny.
So good. Ramon, you're a legend.
You really know how to pull on my stress cords. I just created a new body part on the spot.
If you're not aware, that is the technical term for it. It is called stress cords. Oh my God, I love it.
I'm gonna get
it builds popularity. Yep.
Cards. Whoever wins these will get the fact that I touched these with my small hands.
All right, but you got to do some cardistry. Put some good juju in there for us.
Ooh. All right, that means these are gonna be shuffled. I apologize if the person who wanted these wanted them.
Don't apologize. No.
Yeah, you don't have to apologize.
Yeah, don't apologize. Troy says feet pics.
Now, only
Troy.
Pretty good.
All right, let's do some. Oh dear, let's not do that. That's okay. I'll do it anyways. Squeeze, but like
Nice.
modified because I didn't want to mess it up.
Nice.
Let's do a little. There we go.
Sweet. What's that called?
I have no idea. That was just a random thing that I did. Oh, flicker.
You should call it I have no idea.
Bullet, and then I just did a little twirl like that.
Nice. Nice.
Let's see, what else can I do? Let's do a little bit more. Oh, you know what? I'll do something that people like to watch. Let's see if I can bring it up to the mic real close and get some ASMR.
There we go.
Ooh.
You know, that's
So
good now. That's so good. Oh,
And bam, you have the luxury that I've touched these cards. I apologize if you're a phobe.
Now we just gotta find out who's gonna win them.
well, you're gonna have to stick around, guys, to find that out. But like I said,
Yep.
you know, if you get a meme in before the end of the show, I will pull it in. Your entry will count. You have until whenever we decide we're gonna wrap it. So could be 10 minutes, could be 40 minutes. Get on that meme making.
Meme making machine.
Yes. And I have to say though too, I think the two skills that I really do see in this community are playing card appreciation and meme making. Shockingly enough, like they seem to go hand in hand. We have more like meme accounts for playing cards per capita than any other thing out there. Like there's a million meme accounts, but playing cards alone has like 7. Why do we need 7 meme accounts? I'm not complaining, but it seems like a lot, right? I love it.
Jonathan says, "Can you send another one?" I was like, "Sure."
Go for it.
Send as many as you want, dude.
Just let us know which entry you want to be official. I think that's fair.
Can you imagine if like later on I want like this big job and like I'm in an interview, they like pull out one of these memes and it's like, how do you explain one of the like how do you explain this? And I'll just be there. I was a meme in the card world.
All you have to do is
Oh man. I mean, I think you know what? You could definitely sell it. I don't think you'll have a problem if they're like, why are you a meme? Be like, I'm just that good.
be like, obviously only important people get memed, so you should hire me.
That is very true. I do feel like there are a lot of well-known memes out there. So
Yeah. Heck yeah. If you get turned into a meme, you're kind of a big deal.
Thank you. Thanks for boosting my ego. Thank you.
So what kind of gave you the idea? I mean, obviously you have small hands. I know what the inspiration for your IG name was, but what gave you the idea to kind of just run with that?
So I guess I'll bring up my past. It's not a bad thing, but I used to be called the Magic Center. Or I guess
Okay.
Center spelled wrong to you people because I spell it CENTRE. Because
Okay.
So a lot of like Americans like to say you spell it wrong. It's the Magic Centre that you're spelling, and I'll be like, okay. But anyways, yeah,
it's like color and color.
Yeah, it's color. We spell favorite wrong too. Then
it's the same thing. Yeah, favorite.
Troy, Magic Center. Yeah, buddy, I miss her. She was better. Thanks. But
she was nicer.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but yeah, I was the Magic Center on Instagram. That was that was what I initially set it as because at the time I didn't know what cardistry was. Even though I was doing a little bit of cardistry, I didn't know that there was an official like thing for it. I thought it was just, oh, magicians have fun by doing this because, you know, they run out of people to perform to, or they ran out of tricks to like practice on the people that they know already. So I only posted cardistry, like, so I guess card flourishes, because I didn't know sleights and I always flashed because like I can't palm a card. So
you know what you have to do to palm a card? You have to do one of these. You have to let me get a card that I can screw up. You got to do one of these. This is how you palm a card. Ready? You go. There you go. That's how you palm a card.
Oh man.
That's funny. Yeah. So I only posted Cardistry on there, and by the time I realized what Cardistry was, I was like, I don't want to change my name. Like, people know me by this. If I change it, they're gonna be like, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, whatever. I'll keep it. And then I would always get people messaging me, show us magic, show us magic. And then I would, and I'll show them something super simple, and they'll be like, have you read this book by this magician? And I'll be like, no. Should I have? So I was very disconnected with like the magic community because like I genuinely only knew like very basic things, and it was all card magic. It was never like very too serious because I only performed what I like to perform. It was more so like street magic and not so much like, you know, the professional like all sleights and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess one day I was officially like, okay, I need people to think like know that I do cardistry, so when they come on my live streams, like, you know, I can do cardistry. And then I was like, the Cardistry Center, and I'm like, ugh. That sounds so boastful. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but it just sounds so different having cardistry there and magic there. So I'm like, nah. And I was just like, you know what? What if I just made it small hand things? Because I wanted to do that for a separate account for everything that I did, whether it was guitar, magic, cardistry, even basketball, maybe. I set it as this. And then I could also have it as an excuse to post whatever else I wanted because it was more open than rather than like the card distry center or like small card things. I don't know. Big card things. I don't know. So I changed it, I think, right before Cardistry Con. So then when I meet people, I can say, oh, I'm small hand things. And then they can kind of put a name to a face. And that was more so when I started to show people what my face looked like.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
now,
was like
what
the longer story of it.
Why did you not show your face before that?
It was mainly because I didn't really want to put out that I was like a female cardist or like a female in the community, because once people found out, they were like, what's up? Like, you know, all in my DMs like, hey girl, what's up? What's good? And I'm just like, no, bye, no, none of that. No, I am 14. Please don't.
Don't tell them that. You got some creeps out there that'll be like, oh, cool. I won't tell if you won't tell.
So it was more so like to prevent like messages like that. And so like I knew that the people following me were genuinely following me because they liked what I was doing. They liked the content I was putting out, and not just because I was a girl. Because I know a lot of like, you know, people would just follow if they knew that like this person or this cardist was a girl, like, oh my gosh, a cardist in the community, like, you know, and then finds their Instagram and like stalks them. Kind of creepy.
Yeah, dudes are kind of creepy.
So honestly, I rarely showed my face. I think it was up until this picture of me was leaked on the internet that I finally was like, okay, well, people know what I look like. I've been to Cardistry Con. Like at this point, okay, fine. And then
you graced us with your presence.
It's like, hello, I'm here. But I guess at that point, I had built up like a good enough community around my account that like everyone was positive. Most of them were following me for the content, and because like they were like, wow, you have small hands. Whoa. I still get comments and like messages from time to time. Like I'll get proposed to on a live stream from time to time. Or like in the DMs or whatever, but it's not as drastic as what I've seen on other people.
You know what that is? That's just Troy with like 7 different accounts trying to like aggravate you.
I wouldn't put
He's like, hey, I like your small hands. You want to marry me?
No. Small. Troy, you've been called out.
Jonathan, I think we need to expose them first and then block them.
We definitely have to expose. we don't want to block them. We want to make them block us. That's the key.
Well, I'm not 14 anymore. If you were judging by like the comment that I said, I'm 20 now. I don't.
You're beyond the hand growth.
I don't
Yeah.
think we're gonna grow. By some miracle, like overnight, maybe my hands are just younger than the rest of my body, and they're
God,
gross.
That's so creepy.
Oh my.
What's this? All right, I need to know. Like, is there like a feet thing with you? Because people keep saying it, so that's why I asked.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier about Troy on the live stream.
You really want to know the story behind this whole feet thing?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I don't know.
Okay.
And it's literally the 4th time it's come up.
All right, so I did a live stream with
On
one of
Instagram?
on Instagram with one of my best
Okay.
friends from school. We got really close over the last 3 years, so we were like, you know what, it's gonna be so jokes. Let's just do a live stream. So we did. And then throughout that entire live stream, she kept accidentally flipping her camera, and for some reason she was sitting so weird. So all you could see were her feet every time she flipped her camera. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I don't want you guys seeing my feet." So obviously, if you like pointed out like that, then everyone was like, "Feet, show us your feet."
Gotcha.
So then I
Troy.
made that into a joke, and she did a live stream with her friend. So I went on and I sent the live stream to a bunch of like people that I knew were watching that live stream. I was just like,
Oh,
"Can you
nice.
like, comment and be like, show us your feet?" I didn't think she would do it, but she
That's
did
so
it.
good.
And there were actually people who got a screen recording of her showing her feet. So they sent it to me. And then now it's funny because now they're all friends with her.
That's awesome.
That's too funny.
Now she's just known in the community as Feet Girl. So if you ever hear the term Feet Girl, that's just
That's what they're saying.
Cool.
Troy says we love Feet Girl.
Yep, she is royalty. Yeah, she
That's
is.
funny.
Yeah. So, and she's very supportive of like the whole cardistry community. Actually, I taught her some cardistry before. And she actually really likes talking to like people in the community. So, you know, she's embraced her Feet Girl status.
Nice. That's good. I feel
Everybody in the chat should go and message her and like just comment on
Everyone.
comment on one of her pictures.
Yeah, everyone in the chat should just go and message her and be like, "Hey, Feet Girl, I really admire your work."
I really admire your work.
Don't
Troy,
do it in the DMs because that's kind of creepy. Just do it under
That
a
is
picture.
kind of creepy.
Find it on a post. Yeah.
Troy, feel free. You can at her because Troy knows it. Troy and her are like best friends at this point.
That's funny. That's too funny.
Yeah.
I feel like if you have a nickname like Feet Girl too, you have to embrace it because otherwise it's almost kind of like borderline bullying. Like,
Dude, make her go on like Twitch or something. She'll probably make $1 trillion a year.
Yeah. She is the best. Colin and Troy, they've all just become so close with her.
Hold up, guys. I'm gonna get out of the shower. My fingers are starting to get wrinkly.
well, I'm glad you're still with us. So
he's always with us, but it's kind of scary because it's just like he's always in the shower when he's listening to us.
I just sent Feet Girl a message.
there you go.
What did you say?
So Kaitlyn, I know he's not here right now, but I'm curious too how you ended up meeting with Caleb. You know, the third of your ragtag trio, for lack of a better term there.
Believe it or not, I knew about Caleb before I knew about Troy. Whoa, what?
Don't say that out loud.
way.
Don't say that out loud.
No
It's
way.
okay, Troy.
Really? What? But yeah, because when I did start, I guess not too many people were like, I think people were in the same stage as me where they were like magic or cardistry, but they were like named after like a magic, like some sort of thing, like whether it was like, oh, slightly this or like something cards or magic something, or like their name and magic. So because of that, like I think a lot of us were like a tight community, like in that sense where we did post cardistry, but we considered ourselves magicians at the time. So I found his page and I think I commented or something like, whoa, this is cool. Where did you learn this? And I think he was doing the worm or something. And so then he told me about it. And then it was also, I commented on another post, which was a magic trick. And I was like, whoa, this is cool. So then I followed him. I'm like, okay, great. I made a friend. Whoa, I made a friend in this community.
Nice.
I'm no longer all alone. And then we just got really close, and we just started talking and like figuring out some stuff about like magic and learning from each other. And just when you first start and you find someone with the same interest, obviously it's like very easy to like get to know each other and become friends. So then that happened, and then I guess after a while we stopped talking, but we did acknowledge each other. Like if we would post, we would sometimes like comment. We would message each other from time to time asking how we were doing. And then how this partnership happened was he messaged me. He's just like, "Hey, what's that name of the like the Flatline dude? Like, do you have his personal account or something?" I'm just like, ... Why? Because I was like, that's so random. He's like, "Oh, I just really liked the project, and I was kind of bummed out, like, you know, that he wasn't going through with it." So then I just gave it to him. He contacted Troy, and then they had a good talk, and then they included me in it because they wanted, you know, a third person just to work with and help around.
Yep. Somebody to do the math.
Well, maybe that's why. Maybe the only reason I'm in this is to do math. But yeah, so then that's how this whole trio thing happened.
Oh, Mark said, "Shout out to Tyler for being his first friend in cards."
Mark is amazing. I'm not gonna lie. And it's funny because at the time Mark didn't have a card account. Mark only had his Daddy Good Funk account. And so it was cards and dancing. And I was like, this guy is amazing. So if you don't follow Mark's dancing account, you are missing out. Also, Mark has
204 collector. What is it? 204?
204 card collector is his card account, and then Daddy Good Funk. But
That's
Mark also has the best IGTV. This is going to make me sound like the biggest weird person ever, and it's going to make me actually sound. No, it's going to make me sound like I'm going to go DM Foot Girl after this. But Mark works for a shoe company and repairs shoes, and he makes IGTVs showing you how to like repair your shoes and stuff, and I find it fascinating. I don't know why. So if you appreciate shoes,
I think this is the start of a very weird foot fetish.
Honestly though, like feet, just don't do it. It's nothing about shoes though. Like yeah, you want to go throw loafers at me, I'm all about it. I don't know.
So I love fetish, I think.
Yeah, could be, but like they don't have to be on people. I respect good craftsmanship, I think is what it is. So
Steve's just over there like judging you right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know what?
I'm
not judging anybody at all. I've just never heard that before. I'm just like
I genuinely like good shoes. I used to have to wear like a suit every day to work, so I had like really nice dress shoes. And because I'm one of those people who wants to know about what I'm like doing, like I got curious about shoes. I learned about, you know, what companies make some of the best dress shoes and how they do it and what it means to have like full grain leather on a shoe versus not and all this. And so like I just respect like the craftsmanship that goes into like handmade shoes now. And I think Mark does awesome stuff. Mark also just said me and Feet Girl should do a live. So
good Lord.
Hey,
that's funny.
Maybe she can be she can advertise for you.
I have a great idea. We're gonna facilitate this. Deckin Around. It's gonna have it's not gonna be one of our Deckin Around shows, okay? It's gonna be like a side show, basically. So what we'll do is we'll have Mark on, and he'll send her some shoes, and she can try them on for you, Mark.
Great.
And Troy can just be in the chat room with creepy things he could say.
Troy can just be in the background. Bao just got on. He sees feet.
Yeah. Nathan and Bao just walked into the weirdest conversation ever. I love it.
This
is what you get with Deckin Around. You know, this is what you get. No need to apologize. This is what you get with Deckin Around. You don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know what you're walking into. So
Bao, it's not like you think, man, but it is close.
It is and it's not. It's up to your imagination what you want to do with that information, but you know what we should
What
do?
up, Nathan Oster? Our number 2 Deckin Around episode just popped in.
Yeah.
What is up, Nathan Oster? We got the bombs in here right now. We got Bob, we got Nathan, Colin, Mark. We got some Matt. I can't even see the list. That's the problem. Only time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I don't have it open.
Troy's nickname is Handboy, given to him.
I don't even want to know about that.
Yeah.
This is a family show, Kaitlyn. Okay.
Oh, whoa!
It already started to go south. We scared Bow already.
Whoa! Shout out to Stuart for increasing his pledge. Thank you.
Look at you guys.
Hey,
We're still driving here, guys, to get this.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. We gotta get a spot. We gotta get the Flatline deck funded while
that,
we're live.
$5,000 back. That was dangled right in front of us.
I know, right? What's the deal?
I also am genuinely concerned that like Ramon's gonna accidentally like electrocute himself using a phone in the shower. So please be careful, Ramon.
Oh yeah, don't do that. At least don't charge your phone while you're in the shower.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Yeah, please, let's not do that.
Today's not the day to be experimenting here.
Do we have a I want a Kyle question.
We do have a Kyle question.
I literally for some reason, because Bao came in, I just thought of like all the Canada questions. So I'm just like, what's Kyle's question?
So Kyle did send a question. I have to pull it up here. I switched to using my phone as my camera and didn't realize until about 10 minutes into the show that all the questions are on my phone. So we're going to see what I can manage to do here. I do have Kyle's, though, because he because Kyle sent it as a DM to Deckin Around, and somewhere I can get to that page. But
I'm sure Kyle still remembers his question.
So
I'm sure he does.
Basically, the question was, if you could change your name right now to anything you want, but see, this is where I'm going to drop the ball. I got it. Hold on. I got it. Perfect. All right. If you could change your name at this very moment, but it couldn't contain any of the odd numbered letters in the alphabet, what name would you choose?
All right. I'm going to have to spell my name out right now. How do I spell it? K.
So you could make your name anything you want. It doesn't have to be a variation of your own name.
But I can't use
Ramon with another question. Dang, that's a bomb.
I can't use A, I can't use I, I can't use L, and I can't use N.
So you can't use any odd letters, in the alphabet.
Oh, wait.
In the whole alphabet, yeah.
I can't use A, C.
You can't use A, C.
Okay. See,
yeah.
Kyle, but now you're making me have to write the entire alphabet down because it's not like I have all the odd numbers like in a song together that I can completely eliminate.
Hold on, you want this real quick? Here you go. A C. This isn't going to be quick. I just lied.
Don't even get into it. Don't even get into it.
A C E G I K M O R T V. I think I skipped something somewhere and fucked that up. My bad.
You missed like 30 letters.
I swore on the live stream.
Well, you didn't miss 30 letters because
this isn't the first one. I've sworn before. But
I can't use A, C, E, G, I, K, M, O, Q, S, U, W, Y. This is like playing those word games. So I have B, D, F. Do I even have any vowels to go with?
No.
I don't think
all
you get
the
any
odd numbers are the vowels.
I'll probably be like JP or something.
Right.
Like Kyle, you're not letting me use anything.
Mine would be
my pure ears can't take all of this swearing.
What would mine be? What would mine be? That's a good one. Mine would be how's FU? Can I say FU?
No,
or
there's no U's.
Oh, U, that's right.
There's no vowels.
Yeah.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. That's taken already. Sorry.
Someone can be TV. Anyone want to be a TV?
No.
See, that's a tough one.
Everyone's like, report her theft because I took Jeff's initial. Well, I'm sorry. I don't have that much to work around with. Like, honestly.
BDFHJL, yeah, like.
What about BDSM?
You can't use S or M, but nice job, Steve.
Oh, you can't work. You can't use M.
Yeah, no, M's an odd one. So I just
I'll be
see,
BM for. I'll be BM for bowel movement.
there you
I can't
go.
use M. I can't use
You
M.
can't use M. Yeah, T is
Oh,
in
well.
the odd, is in the even list, so I'd just be T. That's easy enough.
But let's go to Ramon's. Let's go to Ramon's question. Ramon's question was, if you could save one person from the community, who would it be?
From what though? Like,
If you could save them, the world's ending, and you can save one person from the community, who would it be?
Godzilla. You're saving them from Godzilla.
okay. So in return, like, do I get saved along with that?
You're
Not that
asking
I'm
too many
right.
questions. Just you can't ask a question. Just you get to save one person.
I just have to pick.
So it's possible. It's possible that you may die after you save this person, or you have to live with like the rest of your life with this person.
Oh, then Troy, I'm not gonna pick you.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay, so in that case, because the world is ending and basically it's just gonna be like the two of us, if that's the case, that means I have to pick someone that's like very smart and can get away with like, you know, basically nothing.
That's not Troy.
It's maybe I'll say Kevin Ho.
Interesting.
I think I don't know. I honestly don't know why. That's just the name that popped up into my mind.
Go with
Like,
it. That's perfect.
Like, if you were
Kevin
gonna
Ho,
ask
huh?
me to explain why, I don't know because I don't even know his survival skills.
I think Steve is frozen. Ah, there he is.
Do we want more Steve commentary? Hello, I'm Steve.
Let me let down.
No.
Luscious.
I'm back.
I'm back.
I play video games. Ever heard of Pokemon? Exactly, I can survive. Hey, I play Minecraft sometimes. I never survived that game, but it's fine.
You know how to build houses. There you go.
Exactly.
Who would you save, Tyler?
I
He's like, not you.
thank you for asking. I at this point in time have no comment. I don't know who I'd save.
I'm not gonna be like.
I would
won't
save
feel
Bear
bad.
Grylls. I would save Bear Grylls because I know he would then save me.
Who's
He's
Bear
that survival
Grylls?
guy from like History Channel.
You can't
He's
save
like-
him.
He's like
Card
extreme
community,
survivalist.
isn't it?
Oh, in the card
He's
community.
not.
He
He's
might
not
like
in the
playing
card
cards, I don't
community.
know. Oof. That's a tough one, man. I don't know. I see. I'm not a huge fan of having to think of these scenarios. In
Really?
the moment, I don't know. In the moment, who knows?
It's
It would
gonna
be
happen
tough.
for him to know.
You know who I'd have to think about it a little bit too, but it like in my head, it's tough.
I'd pick Stu. I'm gonna say it right now. Actually, now that I think about it more, he's Australian, so he's seen some shit. He's big, and I hands down, I'd pick Stu. So, Stu, if you're here, I'm saving you.
Stu
That's
is
smart.
here. You know who I'd pick? I'd pick Rich. All right, Cardistry. Rich is my homie. That dude, like I know we'd have a fucking laugh every day, him and I. And I know he can
He's from
scrap.
Jersey though. He ain't saving you.
Dude, that dude can scrap. Dude, he carries a gun. He's like up in a watchtower and saves our lives from terrorists.
Could be then.
I'd pick Rich.
Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. Ron.
That was. Stu says winning.
See, Stu, I got you. You got me.
The question is, Stu, who would you save? That's the true question.
All right. Troy says we're only 241 away. Guys, get excited.
Getting there.
Get those dollar bills out and back.
Yeah.
Flatline playing cards.
Yeah, you just gotta find that one couch where you're always losing like nickels and stuff in, and then you'll probably have like enough money to buy like a deck or two.
Yes. There's $241 in that couch. Go get it.
That couch alone.
Yes.
You'll be sorry you didn't pick me when the world goes all Mad Max and I control the big wheels.
So here's
Diesel, I hate to break it to you, bro. I love you, but I'm just gonna take your truck, bro. I hate to tell you.
See, here's the thing though. You have to think Mad Max in the 80s. I'm clearly going to get way too deep on this now, but Mad Max in the 80s was all about they controlled the gas. But nowadays, you want the person who controls the electricity, and you just get like a Tesla, because then you don't have to worry about gas.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you just have to worry about water.
I had a friend who is all about survivals, like surviving and like a doomsday prepper, right? And they had one of the backpacks in the trunk and everything, and they were always like, Steve, you have to get like a backpack for a doomsday. You have to have one prepared. I was like, listen, if there was ever a day that I had to get a backpack, like it's the end of days, I would literally just steal your backpack. And that's all I would do.
Also, I just missed this message because it came in through our direct messages, but because I'm in the Facebook page, I can see it. But Keller O'Neill just messaged and said, oh, this was like 5 minutes ago, I just pledged for Flatline. Go. So
nice.
Thank you, Keller. Appreciate it.
Keller's watching. Keller, don't be silent, bro. Where are you? Say hello.
He may be listening on his phone somewhere and he couldn't respond. I don't know. So, Keller, appear.
Keller, Keller's one of the best magicians. He's here, but we don't see him.
There you go. A true magician.
Yeah, but let's see what we're at.
Guys, I think we can make this happen. I mean, without a doubt, it's an amazing deck. Troy did amazing work. That being said, go back it, check it out.
Only $250 away.
If you've already backed it, go share it with your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pull a Kaitlyn and tell your parents to go buy you this deck immediately.
Yeah. If you bother them enough, I guarantee you they will pay the world so much money to get rid of you.
At least $30.
They don't want to be bothered right now. If they're just sitting on the couch, especially if they're relaxed, and you bother them, oh my goodness, they will go off on you. So just be like, oh, you know what? I will leave you alone if you buy me this deck.
How many more days are left on it?
I think like 18 days.
Nice. That's awesome.
Plenty of time.
You definitely got time.
Yeah.
Plenty of time to get $250. That's what you're shy.
Troy will sing any song that you request. He will even write you a song if you back. I'm just saying. He's preparing for all of you who already backed. Maybe we'll make it like an extra thing that you get at the end of the campaign. Or maybe when we reach 100%, we'll release it to you backers and you do whatever you want with that video.
I think if nothing else, you should then make a meme montage with the song in the background.
All of the memes that you have sent today, trying to sing in the background. Perfect.
You gotta come up with a rap about small hand things.
Oh my gosh, this would be delightful. If you haven't backed yet and you're still not backing, I don't know why you're not jumping on this right now, because this sounds phenomenal, guys.
Point.
I have a question for you, Kaitlyn.
What's up?
I feel like we're on like, what are those things called? Like the telethons? Like trying to talk people into what was it, Jerry Lewis? Is that what it was?
Your donation will help. Pick up the phone now.
I feel like that's what we are. So I have a question for you, Kaitlyn. So you are an inspiration to a lot of people in the community, a lot of especially female cardists. When Ruth was on, she said that you inspire her. Do you have any, it doesn't have to be female, but do you have any magicians or cardists in the community that you look up to that inspire you?
Yeah, and for different reasons. I think in terms of like someone that I like really look up to in terms of like their personality is David, or DK Magician. I think he just has a really good outlook of like his audience and how he portrays himself, because he knows that there are people looking up to him. So even when I started, I was like, wow, like he just handles everything so well, and like the way that he communicates with his audience is very like good. So that's what I always tried to do. In terms of like cardistry and like skill wise, I look up to Carter a lot. His style is just, I don't know, very unique, and I actually use like a lot of his not ideas, but like there are certain grips that I use, and I was just like, wow. And I did so much with it. I'm like, whoa, I'm so cool now. I created like a move that I actually like. So I would say Carter's also a big inspiration in terms of like creativity. I'm just gonna say
Cool.
Troy for the sake that I don't like break him and he starts crying. So Troy, I look up to you too. You have a very creative mind, and I actually really like the way that he edits his videos too. So if you have seen the Flatline trailer, he edited the whole thing. It was all him. I was basically just a tool. He just
So he used you.
stand here. Yes, he used me.
Okay.
Right, thank you. He was like, stand here and do this. So I did. And then he edited the
Nice.
whole thing like in a day, I think, like not even, and he did that.
Jeff said he ate a beetle. Why not him?
Yeah, he was a huge inspiration in that sense, like the creative sense as well.
Nice.
Yes. And Jeff, you are a huge inspiration to me. You inspire me not to eat a beetle.
Nice. That's cool.
I think that's
We have
it.
another question from Ramon. Did you see that one?
I feel like Ramon is very survival oriented this evening.
That's because it's a survivalist.
Well,
I feel like he just wants to see who I'm willing to save and who I'm not. Like, who do you hate
Yeah.
in the community?
Who do you give immunity to?
For the ability to get all the playing cards you want for free.
The person you sacrifice will be a slave, and you must choose someone.
But they'll still be alive, right?
Yeah, they'll be a slave, though.
as long as they're alive, it's okay.
It depends who they're a slave for, because there's some people in the community that would rather be dead to be their slave.
I'll say Troy for the fact that then he'll have to work for me. And I no longer have to work for him.
That's a good one.
That's too funny.
She just threw you under the bus, Troy.
What's your favorite thing about me?
About you?
Troy asked, what's your favorite thing about me? Cricket noises.
See, this is also why we need the soundboard, because this would be a perfect opportunity to be like, wah, wah, wah.
No, you don't. No. You don't. You wouldn't do a wah, wah, wah. You do a cricket sound. That would be better.
But no, in response to her cricket.
Or like
yeah.
you do like Jeopardy music as you're like waiting for me to like actually answer.
Oh my gosh. So you did mention too, as awesome as the that the trailer was awesome. We actually have it here if we want to show it. What do you think? It's a
Let's
long
see it.
one.
I haven't even seen it. How long is
Right.
it?
Go for it. It's
Wait,
like
how
2 minutes.
long is it?
Almost 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not like 9 minutes long, but it's also not 30 seconds. So
Okay.
So guys, enjoy as
sorry,
we take you through the Flatline Playing Cards trailer. You will not be able to hear us either, so we're still here, don't worry.
Damn it. I'm still talking, everyone. Just
So I gotta say, we usually don't watch videos when we do the Kickstarter recap, just because, again, time. But that was dope. Like, Troy,
That was good
awesome
job.
work, man.
For
Kaitlyn,
sure.
awesome moves in the video. You guys really
Thanks.
crushed it there.
Yes.
Troy's ego is definitely skyrocketing right now. You were like gassing him up about like his court cards, and then now you're playing the video.
Well, I think it was
amazing.
It's worth showing, especially with the amount of effort you guys put into this. I mean, you're hustling, and I think that's commendable. So I'm excited to see how this one goes. But I think the fact that you've created a brand around Flatline Playing Cards, to me, means there's something else in the future. Whether you know what it is yet or not, I'm sure this is not the last we'll see of Aspire Cards. So I'm excited, and I think that that video was dope. Troy, you did a good job.
Yeah.
You guys have all
Good
been doing a
job.
phenomenal job with this. So
Thank you. I think you and Steve should just like one day when you guys can finally get together, you should film a trailer video for whatever deck you want. It can even be of like just that like drawing you have like with you doing like the what is it anaconda.
yeah, I got it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and me doing a fan.
And then of course you definitely know what you have to add to it, Tyler. You have to add a little bit of magic, and I think you know what I'm referring
Oh my
to.
gosh, yes,
I know. Yeah.
I need to do a snap change. So I'll work on it. I gotta control my eyes a little better. Look. Yeah, that's what happens when I don't practice before I try it. But yeah, so I don't. It's like a knee-jerk reaction. I don't know why. It only happens though too on the ones where I actually successfully do it. I think it's really like utter shock that I managed to pull it off. So
I think he's just
Your eyes
surprised that he
don't,
does it.
it's so true. But no, we'll get together and we'll film a trailer of Steve learning cardistry and me learning magic. And just like I like Troy's backdrop there, so we might have to just sit in like a park near a picnic table or something. It was nice. But yeah, we'll make this happen.
We can make it work. I just hate editing, so maybe I'll give all the footage to somebody else to edit.
Yeah, we'll go on 5. Hey Troy, what are you up to? When we get a chance to make this video, you want to be our videographer there? We'll have to go. We have to go to Canada for that. Yeah, dude. Hey.
His head's about to like explode and like pop because it's like literally a balloon right now.
Well, hey, this may launch. You know what? This video may end up in like Cannes Film Festival or something like that. We'll make it happen here.
Here's the thing, Troy. Here's the thing. So you can totally edit the video, but as Tyler knows, I'm what's the best word? I'm
gonna be nice. Steve's meticulous.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So I'm also a videographer. So I have my ideas of what I want. So we could work together, but I'm a pain.
He is,
to be honest.
Troy is too. Don't worry. Troy is such a big pain. Oh my goodness. Yeah, like
bring him
always
down to the level.
bossing me around. Like if I don't do it properly, just filming me when I'm not ready and like yelling at me when I'm not ready. If I mess up, he yells at me, and then he makes a whole video of me just like messing up and like whipping my glasses off.
I love it. Absolutely.
I don't think I'm mean. I don't think I'm mean.
No, you're not mean. You're frustrating for me sometimes because it'll be like 1:30 in the morning. I'm trying to go to bed, and Steve's like, "Nah, I don't like that thumbnail." I'm like, "I don't even care anymore." They just let me go to sleep.
Doesn't help that he's like behind like 3 hours.
Oh my god, yeah, no, that's it's funny because we talked about the Jackson episode, and I feel like that always comes up when it's like Tyler's tired, and it's like, yeah, I'm like, man, I got to bed that night at like 3 a.m. Steve's like, yeah, when I got off the call, it was 11 o'clock. I'm like, I hate you so much right now. I wish it was 11 o'clock. Like, it would be great, but I haven't stayed up to. That's probably the latest I've stayed up in a long time. So
yeah, he goes to bed nice and early.
Wonder what that's like.
Yeah, I don't do that stuff. I don't do that nonsense.
I gotta be up early for work. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not a morning person. So for me to wake up early in the morning, I have to go to bed at like Grandpa Tyler hours. So
I think I've messaged Steve before at like 1 o'clock his time.
Oh, that's nothing. I was definitely up. Are you kidding me?
That was for my time.
Yeah, that's
Steve's
nothing.
Yeah. I'll wake up in the morning and I'll message Steve back and he'll message me and I'm like, dude, it's 4 o'clock your time. He's like, I just woke up. I'm like, go back to sleep. Like there's literally times I tell Steve, I'm like, just go back to sleep. And he's like, all right, man, I'll talk to you later.
All I gotta say is when you gotta pee, you gotta pee. It doesn't matter what time it is. And when I go to the bathroom, sometimes you gotta go to the bathroom. And if I do that, I always bring my phone.
So thank you, Steve. I'm never responding to you again when it's 7 a.m. Yeah, like, oh my gosh. So Kaitlyn, what's one of the I think obviously your account being very cardistry oriented, you're always kind of working towards new moves. What's something you're working on right now?
In terms of moves, I have 3 new cuts that I made just within like the span of like when we really got into Flatline, like until now, and then I kind of got like this cardistry block. But I guess it was mainly because the Kickstarter started, so I'm just like not really thinking about it. But I can really show it to you, and you'll see if you guys know Carter's moves, then you'll see how it's very much inspired by Carter. But it looks something like this. Hopefully I don't mess it up. Oh no, I'm starting to mess up. But that's what's happening. And it looks something like that. Just pretend it was clean.
All right.
It looks clean to me. I have a question. Are you ever gonna start like doing tutorials or anything, or?
Yeah, I've actually done a couple tutorials before. I have a few tutorials that have been released to Kickstarter backers.
Nice.
Nice. Nice.
There is going to be a tutorial released with OPC very soon.
Very cool.
And then in the future, I am planning on releasing some more tutorials. Maybe on my YouTube account. Maybe I'll actually start, making YouTube videos because someone like messaged me and they were like, "So, are you gonna continue making YouTube videos, or did you just like give up?" I'm just like, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, did I give up on my YouTube account? And then I was thinking, wait, I don't even post on my YouTube account. What do they mean? Did I just give up? I have like 2 videos on there.
Oh my god, challenge accepted.
So I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'll get back into it soon.
You should. That'd be fun. I think there's.
Yeah, I definitely think that'd be fun.
Yeah, there isn't enough people that do tutorials that are like good. A lot of people do tutorials on there, and they're just like, "Yeah, you do this," and it's done.
They're like, "Do this," and then like the cut's done, and then you're like,
"Yeah,
what's the thing in the middle?"
Like, dang.
Yeah. I'll definitely. Wow, I can't talk again like in that video. I'll put stuff out as soon as like I have the time to like sit back and not stress. My stress cords aren't being pulled at.
There you go.
Actually, maybe you do that, you won't be as stressed.
No, I think I'll be more stressed.
So now you mentioned you have a tutorial coming out with OPC. I think obviously we've talked about Cam in the past. Cam's just a phenomenal guy. We've had Cam on the show in the past. Again, I think he's one of the most amazing people in the community. How did you kind of meet up with Cam and build out your connection with Cam?
It was actually through Nate, because when Nate was on OPC, he was the one who reached out to me, and I was like, okay, sure.
More than paper, Nate?
Yeah, more than paper. So he asked if I can like shout him out, or like I think just check out the deck, and I'll be like, oh, I'll post it on my story. So I posted it on my story, and instantly, I'm not even joking, I don't know like whether he was just on Instagram, but like as soon as I posted it, Kevin Yu sees like my story and then messages Nate saying that he saw it and he would want to help them with the project, and then that's kind of how they got their relationship. And Nate started freaking out at me. I'm like, what happened? Why are you like all in caps like texting me right now? And then he's just like, no way, Kevin, you just saw your story and he followed us. And then he was just like, no way, he just messaged us. He's like, no way that he wants to help us with the project. I'm just
That's
like,
awesome.
That is so cool.
So then ever since then, I've always just had that connection with OPC. And it was kind of through that it started, but then I really got to know the 2 of them like individually. And then they came to Toronto, And then, well, I met them at Cardistry Con first, and we talked a bit. But then it wasn't until they visited Toronto that we really like connected, filmed the trailer together, the Squeezer V2 trailer.
Nice.
And yeah, ever since then we've just started like texting each other a lot, getting feedback from each other.
That's cool. That's awesome. I love collaborating like that and working together, and it's so cool.
Especially with such genuine people in the community. I think that's one of the things that, we do see a lot of attempts to collaborate within the community. And I think, the collaborations that really are the most successful and the most creative are the ones that really thrive when you are in it for love of what you're doing. I think you and I actually discussed this a little bit in the pre-show, Kaitlyn, and like how many people kind of come to the table now looking to better themselves without giving back to the community. And I think a lot of times, even with collaborations, if you walk into a collaboration thinking about what you can get out of it, yeah, you may have a great collaboration, but it's probably a one and done. If you come into it thinking about how you both can, help each other out and what you can bring to the table in that collaborative way, you really walk out of it, being in a better position for it, but also creating a relationship that hopefully continues throughout and probably leads to more collaborations with those people or with other people who see it and they're like, hey, that was awesome.
Yeah. Exactly.
Ramon's just trying to get people in trouble. That's all.
Yeah, damn Ramon.
Are you out to get me or something? Did I do something to you?
Deckhead said, damn, Steve's camera is so good. I feel like I'm watching Gentleman Wink. Deckin Around, filmed by J.J. Abrams.
There you go. What's up, Matt?
Hey, what's up, Matt?
What up, Fuji?
Yeah, we got some. I'm telling you, this chat has been popping off with great names throughout the whole day, and that's definitely because of you, Kaitlyn. So we're glad to see everyone coming in. For all of the newcomers who haven't heard me say it already, go check out Flatline Playing Cards. Pledge it. We're trying to get it funded before the end of the show.
Funded.
We are.
$241, right?
Yeah, $241. Go get it.
Mark says if Tyler has a sticker with him as a queen, I'd pick him. Otherwise, Steve all the way.
I don't know how I feel about that, Mark, but thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Oh
Troy, you know what, Troy, we're done complimenting you. You're done.
Yeah.
You're done, bro.
Troy's just like fishing for like compliments right now. He has his like fishing rod just there waiting for someone to bite.
He has a fishing rod with no line on it. That's the thing.
Just sitting there holding a stick.
Hey, I'm going to expose you right now, Troy, because you've been exposing me all day. He has chopsticks in his room that he just plays around with, and I always hear him dropping like his chopsticks because he's trying to learn how to use chopsticks properly, but he's always trying, he's just messing around. And you always drop
no.
So I have a feeling he's just there holding his like chopstick there, like just pretending it's a fishing rod.
That's messed up.
You just got to get a starter and a pivot, and then there you go.
I like how we have a white boy teaching an Asian dude how to use chopsticks. Oh my god, this is a historical moment here.
Wait, I'm kind of curious now. If Tyler starts putting in decks properly, now what does he mean?
So there's an ongoing thing. I actually got a text message from my cousin today being like, yo, you're getting hate for putting decks in wrong. And I'm like, okay, so I take the front of the deck of the cards and
everybody knows what wrong means.
No.
We all know what wrong means.
But that's how they come. How can
they come in wrong? This is how
I was about to say, how can USPCC be wrong? But we've seen their decks, so we know they're not doing it great.
How can USPCC be wrong? Huh?
Yeah. But Cardamonte puts them in the same way. Now I don't know, Steve. I think it's a subjective thing, you know.
I think you're like in that 1%, and that 1% being you. Maybe, you know what? Maybe you should make a poll. Which way do you put your decks, and then you have it like sticking out like this in the box, just like out like this, and then put it, like side by side. One is like facing outwards, and the other one's facing in.
Dude, go for it. So here's the thing. We in one of our Kickstarter video, or one of our deck specs, maybe, we kind of posed it to the audience, and it came in 5-4 in favor of putting them in the way I put them in. So it was a pretty even one. I'll factor in that there probably could have been, dude. Yeah, Steve, we lost sound on you again. Oh yes,
Hi, I'm Steve. I have all the hair, all the luscious hair, and I wear
I
hats
use
all the
Pantene
time.
Pro V every day.
I know.
See, the funny thing is, if anyone actually chooses to listen to this in audio, like they're not gonna understand like what we're doing in the moment like this.
Also, Jeff
This
is
is all
on
right.
my side.
Troy,
Jeff is on my side.
Troy, you're way off here, buddy.
Box is box.
Box is box, card is card, card go in box. Simple.
No,
See, but it's not simple.
Nah.
it's not. Box is
Right.
not box. As you can see, the new cherries, new box, new price.
So what do you do in this situation, Troy?
It's the same thing, bro.
It's still
Box,
I
basic.
mean-
it's,
No. See, Tyler, the reason is because when I'm gonna use the thing that's not clear like this. Why do I not have any? All right, okay, let's use these.
I'm gonna fix my internet real quick. I'm gonna plug in. So I'm gonna be right back.
All right, don't drop off. Stay on and then just plug in.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. I'm gonna go. I'll be right back.
Okay.
See you in a minute, Steve.
So
Where'd
the
I- where'd I
reason
put-
is when you're filming, you want that like cinematic shot of you like pulling the cards out. And
Okay.
it's dramatic, like insert dramatic music, like dun dun dun. I don't know, whatever you want.
That's dramatic.
I don't know. Pretend that was dramatic music. And then, like, if it was the other way and it's just like the 9 of clubs, it's just like, sorry if your favorite card is the 9 of clubs, by the way.
So that being said, though, the really I just naturally put them away that way. I don't really film with the decks, but when we do a deck review, we always when we do our deck specs, we always do it in new deck order, and always like it's coming right out of the box. So I just put it back in the way I took it out. But Steve kind of just puts it, I guess, the other way. But like when we're pulling it out, it always pulls out on the Joker that you're going to see in the front. Or if it's somewhere like some of them I know do the Ace of Spades first. So it could be the Ace of Spades as well. So like it's normally on a card that has a little bit of flair to it. Not as nice as always the back. But I can see what you're saying with that one. I'm not saying it's right, but I can see where you're coming from with that.
I think you're just scared to admit that I'm right, but it's okay.
I don't know. Me and Jeff, we're on the same page here. They go in, see, and I think that's the thing though. Like, there has to be a reason why the card companies put them in that way. So, I trust their judgment on that.
Well, see, I feel like if USPCC didn't do it that way, I wouldn't be missing the Ace of Hearts to 5 of Hearts. I'd be missing like the Ace of Spades to 5 of Spades.
Okay.
But
See,
yeah.
now, I also am confused now because I just opened a different deck, and so I don't know. Maybe I just don't put them in the same way all the time.
Maybe you
except
just
when,
like you're not looking when you put it in.
it could be, yeah. I don't know. Like, who knows? But it's been an ongoing saga of which way you put the cards in. I think there's a good argument for it either way. I think there's probably actually a lot of people out there though who are just like, I just put them in. I think Troy maybe, I don't want to say he's right because I think we have blown his head up a little bit much tonight, but I think Troy may be onto something possibly.
I will just say this conversation must be very interesting to all you audio listeners. But anyways, Colin, I like what you said there. Instead of buying cherry casinos for $75, you can buy like 5 Flatline, which is a way better deal.
It absolutely
you can get 6
is.
actually.
Yeah.
You can get 6 decks for the early bird price.
We lost him, but he's back, which means hold on, Kaitlyn, I gotta drop you out too. So hold on. There we go.
Back.
I was
Back.
half Steve and half me just earlier.
Yes.
Half
Steve,
these.
the rare Steve Kaitlyn hybrid. Oh man. But I think
next time I know. Plug in every time.
yes, that's the new mantra here. Steve, plug into the Ethernet before we do this. So who wants to see some memes?
Ooh.
Me.
Who wants to
Get
see
it?
them do cardistry first? Do you want to see them learn some cardistry?
Yes. Let's see it.
All right.
Let's learn some cardistry. Let's watch me
learn some
fail miserably at cardistry.
Did you see what I did there when you said who wants to learn memes? I said me, get it? Me.
Nicely done, Steve.
Thanks. I'll take it.
Deck is very
All right.
clunky.
So.
Now, hold
Where
on.
do you-
I need to get a bigger deck. Hold on.
Oh.
Oh, no. No, I'm just
Sorry, should I? Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I didn't know we were.
There you go. There we go.
Oh my god, where do you get those those big cards?
I have these printed for me special. I always get asked, what company do you print your decks with? They look so real. Like they actually look like the decks that were printed by these companies. Like they look so good. Where do you get them printed? I want some.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
All right, now, what would you like to learn? Would you like to learn the most difficult cardistry move I know to date? Let's learn some Carter moves.
Are you gonna give us? Why don't you give us something easier?
What's the first thing you learned?
I'll teach you something fun that I like to do. I call this washing machine. I'll do it slow so you can kind of see what's happening. This is washing machine. You can literally do it for however much long you want it to do, and then you can, end it.
Oh, cool.
I literally have no idea what just happened.
All right. So do you know how to do this?
Yeah.
Cut?
A swing cut?
A swing cut. I didn't know the name. Thank you, Steve.
I do not, because I know zero. I literally have
check out the magic guy teaching the cardistry girl.
Yeah.
All right, Tyler.
Skills of an infant. So let's figure this out.
Let's do it. So your thumb's gonna go to the bottom right edge, and then your middle two fingers are gonna grab the top right edge. So it's all aligned on the right side right there.
Okay.
And then you can see that my index finger is kind of free. You can do whatever with it. You can do a little dance. I don't know.
Can we do this? Can we do this with
You can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
If
Is
anyone
this spittle grip? Is this spittle grip?
I can't tell you for the life of me, but I'm gonna say yes.
Anybody? Is that spittle grip? Anybody? Did anybody know that?
Yeah, the first thing I learned was the spring, but for the sake of audio, we'll not do that.
Well, I can do a spring. That's the only thing I probably can do, and a fan.
So when you're here, now you can see that if you bring your index finger right beside here, you can actually pick up a certain amount of cards. He literally did it perfectly. All right,
cool.
So this is what I do. I usually like to pick up half because it's easier with two equal halves.
Okay.
So it's two halves like this. And then what's happening is a swing cut is you're actually pulling it to the side, right? So instead of completely separating my hands, I actually leave this packet on the bottom, just like this.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just making sure Tyler's
Yeah, no, I'm good. I think my hands are my weird position.
What this allows me to do is because this pivot point is basically here, it allows me to flip this over completely, and it rests like that over top of my thumb.
How are my hands? My hands don't function like normal people's hands.
You having trouble with that, Tyler? Come on, buddy.
Tyler, what's happening here is it's actually pivoting in between my fingers here. It's not like my fingers aren't staying fixed, but it's like I'm letting the packets move in between here.
Tyler, come on, dude, you're making us look bad. Come on, Tyler.
I'm gonna figure this out. Hold on, I dropped the cards. I'm all right now. All right, we're gonna get this. Honestly, you know what it is? Yeah.
We're gonna get Tyler to learn one cardistry move today. That is our goal.
This might be another 6-hour live stream.
Dang, Tyler's having trouble with the move already.
So there. This pivots,
and then turn it over. It's basically turning over onto.
No, but his hands, your hands on the bottom. You need to do the biddle on the top. I mean, the biddle is over here, I believe, but this is like a modified biddle.
In my left hand, I'm holding the deck in dealer's grip.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not like this, because I can see how this is more difficult. It's in instructions unclear. Cards ended up in washing machine.
Yeah, but put your thumb in between them. There you go.
Somehow I flipped them in.
I feel. You know what I feel like? I feel like we're in a classroom, and Tyler's that kid that just doesn't understand 2 + 2, and everyone else in the class gets it, and we're all like, "Come on, what the fuck, kid?"
Well, you know what? That's fitting, because usually I was the kid being like, "Come on." So we good here. All right. So hand here, this kind of pivots over.
And then turn it
put your
completely
thumb.
over. But my thumb is doing this to separate the packets. So you see my left thumb and dealer grip is like, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so we're there.
So now that you're here, you want to keep your hand here holding the packet. So what should have happened is your grip should have completely like flipped. Like it's the same grip, just the deck is flipped the other way, right?
So like, okay, so I'd be like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am so sorry, Tyler, because now I don't know if you'll understand this part. But what's happening is I'm lifting up my thumb to
Okay.
allow for this packet to roll over top of it. So I'm taking this and I'm pushing it forward over top of my thumb.
Okay, that makes
And
sense.
at the same time, while I'm doing that, can you see like this little edge here of
web?
your thumb? Like
Yes.
right
Yeah.
there is where I want this packet to go. So it's like in this like type of I guess right angle sense. So when you turn it over
Like-
enough,
like
you don't have to
there?
like lift this up or anything. It's just there's enough space in between your thumb and that packet there that this packet's resting, like it not resting, but like you'll get your packet there. Yeah. So it's almost like a Charlier cut, right?
Okay.
But my packet, like my hand is still holding on to here. And then now is where it gets a little bit more difficult, but if you can get this, then you've got the whole move because this is basically the requirement of this move.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you're here now, you're gonna kind of use these two fingers to push this down a little bit, and it allows you to like basically kick that packet up, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you got it. So as you kick this packet up, it's going back into this hand, like my right hand. And I'm basically like, if you like kind of lay your hand out like this, you'll see that the packets are like this.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you got it. And then now you literally just repeat that. So I'm just moving both of these hands in opposite directions now, just like this. So I'm twisting my left hand forward and my right hand back. And then it allows you to put this packet right back on top and then do that same motion again.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
That
It
was
works.
part of-
I'd have to watch it. I'd have to watch it a couple more
I
times.
think
Oh my
Steve
God.
got it. And then
Well, yeah, Steve's
you
much
just keep
more.
doing that.
Yeah.
And then if you want to close it, I guess you can just kind of not open this up and just drop it on top. Or you can just push it down and close it.
I'm gonna figure this out. Probably not tonight, but someday.
Kaitlyn, you gotta send us a tutorial and Tyler will practice.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will send a 6-hour tutorial. And then
I have to say, I'm proud of everyone in the chat who is like, Tyler's having trouble because he isn't using Flatline. If only they had Flatline playing cards. If y'all had Flatline playing cards, y'all would win cardistry tournaments as many times as I shower in a day. Thank you, Ramon. Oh my God.
That's a
wow,
lot.
that's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot.
Yeah, the
Oh
real
my
question
God.
is how many times do you shower in a day?
He said earlier up to 4 times a day for
That's
1
not-
to 2 hours per time.
What? That's
I don't
actually
know.
not
so
good.
your
for you.
entire day is like gone. How
It's
are you
like
not
8
like-
hours in his shower.
How are you not like shriveled up like a raisin almost?
I mean,
He
he
just
might
lives
be.
in the shower.
Maybe he's not human.
Maybe he's half fish.
I'm also just wondering if maybe his job is like a shower tester.
At this point,
Uh.
possibly.
Oh my gosh. Well, listen,
That's
Caitlin,
funny.
I appreciate you trying to teach me that. I told you it wouldn't be easy. I
Yeah.
tried to
You
warn
You
you.
know-
almost got it. You actually got I think half of it.
I think I
Caitlin?
could, honestly, yeah, I think I could put it together with a couple more. Like,
Mhm.
if I could just keep trying at it, I think I could definitely put it together.
You know what I think you should do, Caitlin? If you do a tutorial, do it from this side so he can do the
Yeah.
same hands.
That'll help.
Yeah.
I'll need like Steve quality camera.
No,
You
you
got-
got my quality.
you got Troy for that.
Yeah, there you go.
Right, I gotta to
You
film.
can do it on an iPhone. It'll work.
Yeah, no, I mean, these days, so much stuff is filmed on an iPhone. It's impressive. I literally, though, just forgot everything you told me as well. So I apologize. It means I'm going to have to watch the video again later so I can remember what happened. I just like,
Let's
I
check
haven't-
out these memes, yo.
yeah, let's take a look as I put my cards back in the deck here.
Oh my goodness, it's Ernie. How are you
What up,
doing?
Ernie?
bro?
What's up, Ernie?
Who's Ernie? Welcome,
Ernie was
Ernie.
one of like my closest friends when I started like actually considering myself a cardist.
Nice.
Oh,
That's
sweet.
awesome. Welcome, Ernie.
Is that Foot Guy? No, I'm just kidding.
Guy.
Oh my gosh. All right. So we are going to take a look at some of these memes.
I haven't seen them, so that's good.
So yeah, no one's seen them but me. I will say these are all gonna be numbered. And I think so. What are we gonna do? We're gonna pick our favorite 3, and then we're gonna throw it to the audience to figure out which one they like the best. All right. So we're not gonna.
You're each gonna pick out our favorite. So if
Yeah.
if my favorite's the same as your favorite, then there's only 2 in the final.
Yeah. So the final. So well, and I think yeah. So first off, as we're going through them, they're all going to be numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Feel free to drop your favorite in there from the jump if you want. Let us know what you think. But we're going to pick our 3 out of it. So I'm also some of her.
Are you saying one of my boyfriends? Or
Yeah, I got very
I think it's best.
confused
I think
there.
it's best friend. I think it's best friend.
I'm. What? Ernie, please clarify.
So
I think it's best friend.
while we're waiting on Ernie's clarification, we're going to jump out the gate strong with Troy's meme here. So let us take a look.
Oh no.
That's a good one.
So that is meme number 1. If you're about meme number 1, spam it in the chat. Why not?
I'm a deer.
Oh my God!
for
Yes,
I'm a
Caitlin, you have to read whatever it is that's coming out of your mouth in any of these memes.
So this is the only one I think with words, but if you would like to narrate all of the memes, Caitlin, I think that would be delightful.
I
So,
agree.
I'm
We
a
have-
deer.
That was classic.
I'm lost in the forest right now. Someone please save me. I
Troy-
feel very lost. and I just don't know what to do with my life, you know, like there's no one in sight, there's no one around, and I'm getting kind of hungry. Like, what am I supposed to just like eat these sticks that are laying around? Like, what am I supposed to do? What if I pass out from just not having food? Like,
you might
can
get
someone-
shot. You might get shot if you're not careful.
and there's hunters around. Like, I had to run away from like 2 hunters who kept calling me like Patricia for some reason. Do I look like a Patricia to you? Oh man, like someone please help me. Like, this is my cry for help. Also, I'm a
Troy,
deer.
If you want, Troy, I'll pull that out as an audio that can be your ringtone. So
What's the next one? What do we got on the next one?
meme number 2.
Hi, my name's Kaitlyn. You know,
Lemon playing cards.
lemon. You know, OPC released a deck of lemon playing cards already. It's called Squeezer V2s. I personally really liked that campaign so much that I
So
turned
good.
myself into a lemon, as you can see there.
Who made this one?
No winners until the end. No announcement. This is all anonymous.
So
You
am
already
now
said
the
who did the
new-
first one though.
Yeah, but that we knew that
Okay,
who
yeah.
that one was. Yeah, Caitlin knew who
Okay.
that one was. So
Okay.
I
this
am now
yes.
the new deck of lemon playing cards. Call me Squeezers V3.
No, this is the Caitlyn deck V2. This is definitely the Caitlyn deck V2.
Oh my
Caitlyn
god,
deck V2
we got a
I am
collab
11.
going.
I am a
That's so
talking
good.
lemon. You heard of annoying orange? Well, I am a talkative lemon.
Oh my god,
All right.
All
What
right.
was next?
we got meme number 3.
Hello. I am a deck of cards.
What?
You know, I've been bounced around from one side of the world all the way to another side of the world in something known as a bubble mailer. Now, this bubble mailer didn't provide me with the home that I wanted, and so that bruised me, both inside and out. And I'm just in so much pain right now, but I'm just smiling through the pain, you know? Like, you can see all these scars on the outside, but inside, I tell myself I am okay. Because realistically, I'm fine.
Okay. All right. What's 4?
Meme number 4.
Yes. My feed. I don't even know how to say this. Good things come in threes. That's all you have to know.
There you go.
Card content. Nice looking men. Card content. There you
Which
go.
I have to say, I didn't realize until the other day because I always see people's posts in my own feed, and I don't always go to their profiles. And I looked at your profile the other day, and I was like, wait, there's a theme here. And then I'm like, why am I just realizing this now? So kudos on that. Meme number 5.
My hands are too small for cardistry. Actually, I am the CEO of the company. To make everyone bow down to me, I have to make my hands look super tiny. And so I go to this website called Make Cards for Normal Hand People, but this is really to make Kaitlyn's hands look smaller.org. And I produce my cards there, and they look really realistic, but they're really just very, very big cards to make my hands look very, very small. And so people really just, look up to me, even though I'm just using bigger cards.
Right on. All right. What we got next?
All right. Next up, we have meme number 6.
Hey, just so you guys know, in between the memes going up, don't be picking your nose or anything because you can see it.
I mean, thanks, Steve.
Appreciate it. Kaitlyn's lives, expectations. So, you expect me to be using cards and stuff on my live streams, but nah, I'm just there like wearing sunglasses inside at night, listening to Troy sing, mermaid songs. What is it? Under the Sea.
Under the sea. Under the sea. Sorry.
Nothing greater than having Troy sing.
Feet pics.
And of course, feet pics,
Jeez.
And yes,
right.
Noah. Who is Noah? I don't know.
I don't know. Get it? I don't know.
No offense, but I don't know.
Meme number 7.
When people complain about having small hands, so you bust out a bunch of insane packet cuts. Bury this, you filthy casual. Yes, another meme about my small hands. I mean my normal hands, but very
Do you have different size hands?
It's all an optical illusion.
It is, because fun fact, my hands are actually bigger than Oliver Sogard's, and he actually complimented me on my hands, and I complimented him on his because hand fetishes. And so I decided to be nice and let him have that glory of being known for big hands. And so I decided I'll just make my hands look smaller. Let him have the win.
Right on.
All right. And meme number 8. I have
all I can say is the chemical sense of like cards and all the chemicals put into cards. Like who wouldn't wanna smell that and like get all those fumes in, and really just sit in the presence of that smell. Get a little joy from it.
I feel like we were all growing to this moment anyway, because I feel like everybody sniffed markers as a kid.
First of all, whoever created this meme is old as shit, because this is Skeletor from He-Man in the Masters of the Universe. So whoever created it, you old as shit.
All right. So what are we picking for our top 3 here? Kaitlyn, you're the guest. Which meme was your favorite?
Should I pick Troy's just for the sake that it was just funny on like so many different levels?
I feel like if you pick Troy's, he's gonna have a heart attack.
It's funny because it's also an inside joke. It's funny as it is because, oh my gosh, I hate that picture myself. And he managed to find it because he found my personal account, and I posted that on my personal account. Oh, I'll pick Troy's.
All right. So meme number 1 is in the running. Steve.
I'm deciding between 2 different ones, so you're gonna have to go before me. I haven't decided yet.
All right. I am going with. This is a tough one, man. I'm gonna go with meme number 6, which is the expectations versus reality.
Interesting. I'm gonna go with the OPC one.
Okay.
I'm a lemon.
So
I was actually a pomelo.
So here are the 3 finalists, which you guys are going to spam out here. So meme number 1, Meme number 2.
That was so good.
It is so good. And meme number 6. Who's going for what? I already won. Let's see it, guys.
Put in the numbers 1, 2,
Yeah.
and 6. So 1 is the one with the deer, 2 is the one with the thing on my head, and 6 is the expectations versus reality.
Looks like it's a tie between 2 and 1 so far.
Yeah.
I like how King Spades is doing 5 when 5 isn't even in it.
5.
We got to write in. Dude, okay. I was about to be like, we got a lot for 1, and then I noticed they're all Troy.
Yeah, Troy doesn't count.
It might be 1 now. It might be 1. All right.
Colin, you're not even voting for yourself.
Colin's a good man like that.
He's still like 5. Yes, number 5.
It looks like 5-1. No, I'm just kidding.
Which one was 5 now?
Who knows? I don't remember. There's too many to remember. Nice.
5 was a good one. Oh, and I left out. There we go. What do we got? All right. So it looks like.
Does Troy already have a deck?
No.
Oh, okay.
What do we got?
Yeah,
Here?
you know what you have to do? You have to sign it and like personalize it to him with an inside joke or something. Then he can't sell it for all the $500 it's going to be worth.
Troy, do you want this signed? What would you like on it? And where would you like it signed? On your favorite card?
No, don't even tell him. Put it on his worst card. Don't even tell him. Be a surprise.
So what do we got here? We have, let me just tally this real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4.
2.
Counting is difficult. We may have a tie.
Yeah.
It's a tie. I guess it's a showdown between the 2 of them now, right?
1 and 2. So who's 2?
Well, no. Hold on. 2 is OPC. So we have. So 1. Oh no, it's definitely 1. 2 only had 2 votes. 1 had 4.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
I think Tyler's counting like based off person.
Yeah, person.
Yeah. Hold on. So
Mark
John said 2. Mark said 2. Right? Matt said 2. That's 3 right there.
Where am I? Why is John not?
You have to go up a little more, brother.
Oh, there's okay.
Mark said 2, and
so Mark, Jonathan, Matt.
Okay, that's 3. You don't count.
I know. I'm not counting me.
And
so
then
that's 3.
And there were 4 on number 1.
Okay. Oh, Magic Trick said 2.
Oh, now it's a tie.
Magic Trick said 2.
Oh my gosh. Number 9.
Thomas said 9.
Oh my gosh.
All right, number 9.
So we have a showdown now. How are we going to do a showdown? We have the same people in here.
On the spot, they have to come up with a meme.
No, I have an idea. Yeah, let's do a meme from tonight. It has to be relative to tonight.
Or should it be that question, Steve, that I had?
Which one?
Yes.
Oh, do that one.
All right. So now, I don't know how this applies. I guess it applies to how well you can meme and like milk something. But if you were on a date, and not just any date, it's like a first date, and you know, if you're a magician, you gotta brag that you're a magician, right? Otherwise, what are you doing? If you're on a date and you had to show them a trick and you pulled these out, what would your excuse be for using these as cards? Like this just has my face on it. Like how are you gonna
everywhere? It has her face everywhere.
Like how are you gonna bring up the fact that you're pulling this deck of cards out first of all, and then explaining why you have it to begin with, and like why are you doing magic with this when you could easily use bicycle cards? So that's what you have to do, Troy. And who did number 2?
Actually, let me see if number 2 is even in the chat, because that may just be an auto.
Actually, yeah, you got to find out, because Stu also just voted and he said 2. I mean, he said 1.
Oh, well,
Did he vote before?
no. Stu literally just goes, Troy wins. No, and it doesn't look like kind of Magic 2020 is in the chat. So
Guess he wins. I mean, if anyone wants to answer that question, because now I'm kind of curious, like,
Number 5.
like, what would you say to pull this out to show a magic trick and explain why you even have it? Like, can you imagine, like, on a first date and you're just like, I'm gonna show you a magic trick. Ready? And this is what you have. I agree. Number 5 had it. Everyone's like number 5.
guys, sorry. Number 1 for the win.
What was number 5?
Number 5 was here. I'll show you. That one right there.
That one.
Oh, here we go. Troy said, now you may be asking yourself why I have this deck. Well, my dear D.
I'm asking. Why? Why do you have this deck?
Well, my dear D. It should be D-E-E-R, not my D-E-A-R.
Stu, number 1.
It's quite a simple story. I think Troy won.
I'll get the check tonight, girl. Oops, this isn't my wallet. Oh, it's just to show my love for my friends. You see, I'm a magician.
Oh my god. Well,
Excellent. I think Troy won.
Troy
It's like coming up with some elaborate
with my
Yeah.
juice.
He's still going. He's not even.
Yeah. Hey, Troy, you already won, buddy. Here's the thing.
If he's committed to this story, he's committed to the story. He's not done. He's not.
No, hold on. I have something better. The only way you get the deck is you have to create a song based on this date and tell us what you would do in the song.
Oh.
And post it to your story tomorrow.
Yeah, because we want to be able to see it. We want to see it. We don't have enough time to hear the story now. So.
Ernie, I will tell them it's my ex-girlfriend.
That's not going to go on to a second date, Ernie. I hate to break it to you, buddy.
Oh, I can do that.
You know what?
Already like finished the song at this point. Like you just challenged him. He's done.
You know what I would do? This is what I would say. I would whip the deck out. I mean, I would take the deck of cards out, and this is what I would say. I'd be like, you may be asking me why I have this deck of cards, but this is my sister on the deck, and she's disabled, and we created this deck to just we created this deck to show how much we love her. And I unfortunately have to say that she's no longer with us. So this is like a deck. This is a deck that just reminds me of how much I love my sister. That's
and then like the two of you like get married or something, and then like both of you go to Cardistry Con and I'm there.
and then and then I'm just saying, I just told you that story because I just wanted to be with you forever. That's what I would say. It's a perfect story. Ernie. That's not a fail, Thomas. That's great. What are you talking about?
Steve, it's a fail.
I'm pot Asian. I am. I have Ganesh on my wrist. Oh man. All right. So Troy, send your address to Kaitlyn. You can DM her. I'm sure she might get back to you.
There were no feet picks included with this deck, just a deck.
I can't believe I have to give Troy a deck of cards. Oh my god.
Right.
As long as he doesn't hold it over you. We appreciate all the memes, guys. They were all good. Honestly, we thank you. So, any last minute questions for Kaitlyn before we kind of wrap tonight?
Any questions? Any concerns?
What's this girl's Instagram? We all have to message her right now. Literally all at the same time. Not message her. Let's comment under the same message all right now. Literally.
At Alyssa Matz.
How do you do it? What is it?
SSA MATS.
All right, what are we saying? Oh, she's private.
We should all. You know what? We should all send her a message. She'll know it's from the card community. We should all send her a message, and they should all be the exact same thing.
Yeah. Okay. What do you want us to say?
What? Who wants to come up with an elaborate thing to say? Don't creep her out, though, please.
Okay. Damn. I had something that would have been good, but
what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, what size shoe are you?
Oh my God, no.
That's kind of funny. Just be like, hey, feet girl. I was just wondering, what size shoe are you?
All right, that's good. Okay.
And then I guess you can say, by the way, Kaitlyn sent us or something like that, or sent me.
No, I'm gonna take a picture of all of us.
Oh, lovely. She's gonna be like, who are these two people who have kidnapped me?
Where? Should I just like FaceTime her right now and just be like, hey, you have some fans? That's so funny.
Well, guys, as Steve works on this message, we really do appreciate you all coming out tonight. We appreciate
smile
to check out the episode.
There you go.
And make sure to stick around for a few minutes while we get to announce our next guest. Before we forget, if you missed out on Latin Quarter playing cards, make sure to check them out. Coming to Kickstarter soon. V2s. They're going to be a new tuck on it, new cards, new chips, and a display. They're going to look amazing. V1s were awesome. Definitely check out the V2s. Keep an eye on Doc's Playing Cards on Instagram. So you're there. There's the V1s. Honestly, one of my favorite like simple decks this year. It's beautiful. The foil on the tuck's done well. So check it out. Keep an eye out. And then Marvelous Decks. Your imagination is about to burst wide open as playing cards come to life. Imagine Marvelous Decks is trying to capture that nostalgic feeling of when you were a child and you caught some butterflies in a jar in the middle of a summer night.
No, you didn't catch butterflies. You caught fireflies.
You caught fireflies. There you go.
That's some cruel shit right there, buddy.
I mean, I feel like people capture butterflies as well, but either way, captured fireflies in a jar and just the way they glowed in the middle of the night there. Or when you were out in the summer day and you see those butterflies flying by and just the iridescence that shimmers off those wings. Those are the feelings that Marvelous Cards are trying to bring to you with a deck of cards. So keep an eye out. These things are going to be spectacular.
Mm-hmm. So excited.
Yeah, no, I think they're going to be great. Congratulations to Troy. Congratulations to everyone who created a meme on short notice. We really do appreciate it. And for everyone who hasn't done so already, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We drop a lot of content. We're actually, if you hadn't checked it out yet, we just dropped our first Magic review yesterday. It was the new Pressure Force from Danny Danny why am I like struggling here? De Ortiz, geez, that was like painful. So really cool trick. Definitely check out the review. Let us know what you think. Drop a like on that as well. And next week, our guest is going to be Dan Sperry.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Where's Diesel? Where's Kyle?
Yeah.
Where is Kyle?
I can't wait to see the Kyle question for Dan.
I'm like, I feel like Dan's gonna probably talk to Kyle regularly. He's gonna be like, this definitely came from Kyle. Like, I'm expecting that to happen. But guys, definitely thank you so much for coming out. Make sure to like and subscribe to the video, like I said, and hit us up on Instagram if you want to chat anytime. If you want to make more memes, whether they're about Kaitlyn or whatever, we have a blast.
or us.
Feel free to make some memes of Steve's luscious locks there.
Actually, we're gonna do a giveaway right now. Well, not right now, but we're gonna start a giveaway. What we're gonna do, Tyler and I will talk about it and see what we're gonna give away. But whoever can, and we're gonna announce it as well, so you'll have time to do it. But whoever can come up with the funniest meme about Tyler and I, or Tyler or I, will win, and we'll have other people vote. How's that?
Yeah, we'll put in the stories for votes. Feel free to make some memes. We'll put out, obviously, like Steve said, we'll put out a post with some specifics on it, but get your meme creations going, and Kaitlyn, of course, you can participate. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming out tonight. We really do appreciate you sticking it out with us for 2.5 hours almost. And
almost
honestly,
20 seconds.
Yeah, we'll be there in 20 seconds. So
Heck. That was
yes, go back. If you haven't already, go back Flatline.
we're close. Like
Really close. And it's an awesome deck, guys. Troy did it. Check it out. We will see you all next week for
No,
another
hold on, guys.
of I
Can
can't
you see it? Hold on,
What
can you see it?
what is, what is that?
She actually responded.
What did you say?
There you go.
She goes, LOL, hello, I'm a 7. Why? But like, did she not see the picture? Like, I sent a picture of us.
Oh my god. I feel like she gave that information really quick as well. So on that note, thank you everyone. Enjoy the night. We will see you all next week for Deckin Around with Dan Sperry.
Yes, peace.
Bye, guys.